Yay! Look, we're on time. This is amazing.
It's great.
Already doing better than I thought we would. Before we get started with Graveyard Rifts, I wanted to make just a couple short announcements for the listeners. First, the U.S. Supreme Court sucks, and they recently released the Dobbs ruling, which overruled Roe versus Wade, which has eliminated a woman's right to choose in the United States, and has also, if you read the text of the opinion, put several other privacy rights in danger. The right to use contraception, gay marriage, the right to practice sodomy in your own home. Those are all rulings that were cited by Justice Thomas that are on his personal chopping block. And with the way this court is, I wouldn't be surprised if...
So is it okay if you do sodomy if it's somewhere other than your house?
Well, no. Lawrence versus Texas was actually a case where there were two homosexual men having sex in their private home, and a police officer who didn't like one of them busted in and arrested them and charged them with violating the state sodomy law. And that could happen to people if the Supreme Court does entirely do away with the right to privacy. Homebrew Shomebrew is participating in a fundraiser for the National, help me out here, National Network of Abortion Funds, which is a charity that helps women directly, providing them with financial assistance if they need to travel, if they need to find somewhere to stay, whatever they need to do if they're trying to access abortion rights. And to that end, we're going to be on the Dice Trays Action Twitch channel on July 24th. Rodney's playing some D&D. I'm running a Masks game, and we have a donation link for that any listeners can find on Twitter. So that's the big, serious, heavy part. So let's get to our crazy gonzo 90s role-playing and, have a little fun. Would somebody like to recap last session? I'm going to randomly call people if there's no volunteers.
I have notes. Kinda.
I have a note from the doctor.
My notes are decipherable.
My notes from the doctor say I can't do it. Also, my screen is streaming this. So unless the viewer wants to see the notepad open up, then yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling a die, and I got Kevin. So Kevin, I need you to recap the last game.
We can help too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember. This is all from memory. I didn't take notes. I thought I took notes. I can't find them if I did. So we were on a quest from Skeletown. We were sent to fight robots controlled by a vampire, if I'm remembering correctly. And after we finished up that endeavor, which I would just like to add that I believe that I played the most key role in that endeavor by providing stakes to everybody. Anyways. We went on our merry way, and while we were camping, we were surprised to see a massive sky whale flying across the sky with a ley line trailing it. Once this massive sky whale, very important to differentiate, crossed over a ley line, it opened up a nexus. In that nexus, a bunch of horrible red birds came flying out, and we had a grand old time shredding some birds. We captured one or two of them.
Two. And by the way, Liv was the one who really wanted the birds. Liv, do you have a couple names for the two birds you guys caught?
I don't believe we named them because one definitely died.
Oh, we did not name them. I was asking you to name them now.
Okay. I'm going to name one Logan.
Okay. And the other one Dead Boy?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and fix my camera.
Okay. Who wants to pick up the narrative there from beating the birds? What happened next?
I do believe
we keep picking on Kevin.
I said I can continue.
Okay, Kevin, go ahead.
We went back to Skeletown, where we promptly visited the mayor for our payment. if I'm remembering correctly, our payment was around like 80 trillion million gold, something like that. And we're all filthy rich beyond
sounds
measure.
right.
Yeah, I remember that.
We gained, we spent some time in town, each of us talking to our various contacts and friends, and we got a few quest hooks, which I will go over now. I did actually write the quest hooks down. We're looking for Winter Song in Wyoming as our next, what I perceive as the main quest. We heard of a Tipoca outside of Dodge City. And we heard that some guy in, I believe, stolen coalition armor named Fraxus is in the process of taking over Garden Glen if he hasn't already. I also had a vision quest where I saw an egg in Tolkien post-destruction. I believe I touched on everything.
You only missed the unconscious cyborg.
Right.
Which is at the medical facility in Dodge City. But somebody would have to go get a part from Wyken to wake the unconscious cyborg up if they wanted to. So this game starts out, it is that night. So you guys are at the communal sleeping area in Dodge City. In the post-Rifts world, the world is a very dangerous place, and there's developed this culture of hospitality where if you are a stranger who wanders into a town, the town offers you some level of like comfort, somewhere for you to stay. It's as much, just the idea of hoping you'll get hospitality as you go somewhere else, as there's also a way to keep an eye on outsiders. So the place where you guys have to rest here is basically an old pre-Rifts parking garage that has been turned into like resting quarters. And as I told you, it's been a heat wave throughout Kansas as the game started. So it's actually kind of a relief sleeping here because the concrete is cold and, a breeze can blow through the open building. So are you guys doing anything or just resting after the day and you want to pick up tomorrow morning?
I think
we wait a second to see if Liv comes back?
We should probably wait for Liv for anything important. But I would like to say that Raider is likely faux meditating. He's not actually meditating. He has no peace of mind, but he's sitting quietly with his eyes closed. And probably pretty pretentious about it.
Liv, I know last game you were drinking at the juicer bar. Did you just drink there until you passed out, or did you come back here?
I got in some good fights, made some friends, but then decided to leave to go check on my squishies.
Okay. So, Liv is there. Raider is fake meditating. Kitnian, are you up to anything?
Kitnian is probably sitting near Raider, but closest to disturb his attempted meditation, and reading one of the ancient manuscripts he keeps with him that tell tales of ancient days.
So it's like I'm picturing like one of those trashy romance novels with the cover that has like the little cutout in it. D.C. Andrews, I think.
I would say it's like that, but if it was passed down through oral history for like 300 years, and then someone tried to write it down and recreate one of those covers, and so I'm flipping through that. Every time Raider's like centering self, flip. Oh, I gotta get to the good part. Ooh, it does not match the guy on the cover. I gotta be honest. Flip. It's kind of that situation.
Okay, David, what are you up to?
I am just sitting there wondering why are we just sitting here? Aren't we supposed to be doing something?
It's late at night, so I figured you'd start by resting. But...
You hear a robotic voice going, "That's way too hot."
I keep telling you to get fans installed in the cockpit.
I'm inside my glitter boy suit, which has nice AC. I'm just kind of in there, just relaxing.
It is environmental body armor, so it would.
Yep.
I think the temperature's perfect. What are you people complaining about?
Raider refuses to take off a duster. He just wears it all the time, no matter the temperature. So he's just suffering.
It's like a sauna.
Yeah.
So
oh, it's so humid.
I want a chance for us to get to know everyone's characters. So I am going to ask a question, and I want your character to answer it, from their perspective. What happened to you the first night you were traveling in the wilderness alone that was memorable? And we'll start with... we're going to keep picking on Kevin. We're going to start with Raider.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't need time to think about it.
Well, you get to pick the next person, so...
Oh, okay. I believe Raider is likely very young. He was living with when he was born into a tribal sort of community, semi-nomadic. They would settle places for a couple years and then move on if it became too dangerous or there's too much attention. So he's probably like 12 or 13 the first time he was alone in the wilderness. So probably sent out too, as on some sort of coming of age experience. He was hunting a deer, which, isn't like a big catch. It's not like a dangerous hunt or anything, but it's to symbolize one's ability to provide for themselves and others, to show one's usefulness. But in his course for the deer, he crossed paths with a DB. Luckily, he was near a ley line and had been practiced enough with the magics related to it that he was able to float away from it and escape very quickly. But it's something he'll never forget. A feeling of hopelessness that he'd never felt before or again. He's made sure of it.
What was the DB?
I'm imagining something with small, short little legs and a massive, thick torso and massive arms. It sort of runs on its gigantic fists more so than its legs, and it can throw itself into the air using its strength. And that's what made it so difficult to get away from.
And it's very aggressive, I take it.
Very aggressive.
Okay, who's next? Who's tell us about the first night in the wilderness next?
Rodney. Ozzy.
Ozzy honestly can't remember when he wasn't in the wilderness. His family comes from a well-off salvage operation, so most nights were spent outside the village, basically collecting junk in the mountains. So, but the most memorable one would be probably when they stumbled on a military base, kind of a missile silo kind of deal up in the Colorado mountains, and they had no idea what it was. And actually, one of the shamans came up and kind of marked it off with red X's and kind of did the whole this place is unclean, you shouldn't come here kind of deal. But Ozzy went back a few times and kind of poked around and didn't find anything, but yeah.
I'm picturing like 11, 12-year-old Ozzy like sneaking around in this old abandoned military base. Is that right?
Yeah, and just kind of he's got a bunch of junk from there, like old military helmets, like a pair of boots that hadn't disintegrated, a sidearm that doesn't work, just kind of that stuff. He's got quite the collection of junk going, actually.
How did your parents react when they found you with stuff that you had taken from this place that you were told was bad and that you shouldn't go?
They were angry because this is good junk, boy. You can sell this. What are you doing hoarding this? That kind of deal. Especially, pre-RIFTS military tech is very expensive, so him hanging on to this. He actually got in trouble and wasn't allowed to go salvaging for like a month, which was horrible for young Ozzy, being, so gung-ho about being out there doing stuff.
So who's next?
David
Kokwa. My first time in the wilderness alone is I was actually sent from my village to Mauna Loa, where Pele actually lives in Hawaii, to do a fire dance to appease the goddess. And I don't know if it worked or not, because she sent one of her servants to speak with me. She sent the lava hag.
What did the lava hag look like?
The lava hag basically looked like a woman that was a woman with big, sharp, like obsidian claws, and her hair looks like lava as it's cooling, sort of black and cracked, so you can see red. She has red eyes.
Oh, I picture her hair kind of like laying, and when she shakes her head, like all the stone cracking, and you can see lava, and then when it like rests again, it starts to turn to stone again. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. And the hag told me that I was chosen by Pele to protect others, and that I should always offer myself first to prevent others from being injured because I can withstand great deals of physical punishment to help protect others. That was my mission in life, and why Pele had blessed me.
Is that how you became an elemental fusionist?
That is also how I became an elemental fusionist. Yes.
Can you take your laptop screen and just tilt it towards you just a little bit more so your camera moves a little? Yeah, that's better.
Is that better?
There's my beautiful boy.
It was weird.
Okay.
It was kind of cut off at your chin. So who's next?
Next is Liv.
So Liv, what was it? What was the first night that Liv was out by herself in the wilderness like?
Okay. So when I was 14, we lived in Tolkien. My parents had just died. And I was trying to make enough money to support my sister and I. And so I'd been running around doing various errands for all of these people. And I ran into this group of very drunk juicers from the Valkyrie clan. So it's these 3 really badass women. I totally wanted to be them. I wanted them to think I was cool. So I walk up to them and they said that they have a job I can do for them. And so they say that there has been a competing group of bandits outside of Tolkien a little bit. And they wanted me to go find out where they were and how many they were, and that they would pay me for that. So for the first time ever, I left Tolkien, trying to sneak through the woods, not doing great, but accidentally stumble upon the exact group I was supposed to find. I figure out how many there are, and then on my exit, faceplant right into the clearing. So I start talking to them and try and make friends or whatnot. And it goes pretty good, but I have to give them basically all of my money that I currently have and everything else. And then I book it back to Tolkien, tell the juicers this, and they give me a vibra knife and nothing else.
Oh.
But I consider it a pretty good job, and I decide that I want to be them and rob them later.
Do you still have the vibro knife?
I do. It's my favorite weapon. I have a holster on my leg specifically for it. It's my holdout knife.
Nice. And I think Andrew's going to have to be the next one. So you don't get much of a choice. Sorry.
You can't choose anyone else, Taylor.
I tried really hard.
It's just like dodgeball.
I think you would dodgeball.
She's got a shield, huh? So, what was Kitnian's first night alone in the wilderness like?
Long ago, in a stand of alder, young Kitnian, freshly apprenticed to the cyber knight Adina, was sitting alone before a fire, turning on a spit of freshly roasted chicken. In his hands is a fresh blank book. In his one hand is a quill with ink that he's dipping in, and he's writing down the story that his master, a cyber knight, has told him of her days of yore when she defeated great evils, and he's inscribing it as he's been taught, because the instincts that were taught him in the Priory of the Lamppost of writing down stories have not quite faded yet, and he hasn't quite acclimated to this new fresh wilderness he finds himself in. When out of the darkness comes a skittering raccoon, it approaches him slowly. At first, Kitnian looks at it as a cyber knight would. Ooh, this could be dinner. But then, that deeper part of himself, that sweeter part of himself that remembers the stories of talking animals that he read in his little cot underneath the priory, returns to him. And rather than attack it, he goes, "Hello, little friend. Would you like some of my chicken?" And he goes to cut off a piece. The raccoon looks at him. Black, scaly wings burst from its back. Talons come out of its hands. Its eyes turn red. It latches onto the chicken, rips itself up into the sky and says, "Fuck off," and flies off.
I will remind you
got used to the world.
that we are a PG-13 podcast, and that was your one F-bomb.
That was my one.
I love that I could see how clearly you planned to use it. But
I got my little checkbox I got to check off now. I got one per game.
That seems a little
I can't
bit
help
like...
seeing you as the guy from Elf.
Yeah.
the next morning rolls around, and you guys are all getting ready to leave town, and you need to go to the Cheyenne Sioux Federation for the mission that you had accepted from Mayor Skeletor, unless you guys have decided to go another way. In which case, please let me know so I can totally rewrite the adventure.
No, I'll be railroaded.
It's a narrow sandbox we run in.
I really wanted to explore this canning jar thing, this preserved food thing I was doing last game. I really want to get into that.
Okay, go for it.
Ride my motorcycle. Anywhere is fine.
Additionally, I forgot that I owe you guys a reward. Remember, I said there would be a reward if all 5 of you got your character description in before the game started, and Andrew got it in right before the right before. So each of you guys are receiving a one-time use special ability called "Man, This Is a Crazy World," and the way this works is you can invoke your "Man, It's a Crazy World" to make me change either an event that just happened or someone you run into. And
you mean like make them like say we want a different person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because man, it's a crazy world. Stuff just changes around in Rifts. An event's going to be far easier to do, but if we can figure out another detail to switch around that you need, we will.
So before I test the limits of this ability, say we run across a BBEG, right? A big bad evil guy. Can I just say he's RuPaul now?
It's more of the nature of, ooh, that was nasty. Can you give me something else, Elmer? Than you actually getting to decide what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I like that.
So it could be worse, technically.
Yep.
So I want to change Kevin's character.
I've wanted to change Kevin's character since the day I met him.
Can we make him some sort of
cyber?
We make him. So do I. But can we make him like a cyber bear?
Stop edging on cyber.
There's an episode of Love, Death, and Robots that has a cyber bear in it.
Is there a Bluskilla in this game?
It is frightening.
I feel like Ozzy needs like a robo bear cub, like a tiny little bear cub who like follows him and then becomes a huge bear in combat, but then is like cute and cuddly.
I would just hold him in my robot arms. Yeah,
exactly. It's like a teddy bear for your robot.
The bear would be fighting, but he's a giant robot, so he can't get away.
I love it and I squeeze it and I name it George.
There's just a tiny robot cub just holding onto the leg of the Glitter Boy armor as you're walking.
Oh, that's adorable.
Well, I mean, it's the Rifts universe. Koalas could pop up in North America now, right? I mean, it is a crazy world. So.
There are fucking koalas in Australia.
Oh.
I always think of the second ed D&D Zerbo, the incredibly dense koalas.
Oh.
Are those the ones that can control Earth?
Yeah, they can control Earth and they can control their own mass. So it's this little tiny koala, but you try to pick it up and it weighs 2 tons.
I want one so bad.
So you guys have a couple different options for how you're going to travel from Dodge City. One option is there are the remains of an old pre-Rifts highway that have been turned into pretty much a trade route that goes through the League of Free Cities. The advantage to that way is it is more well-traveled, so it's a little safer. The problem is it does go out of your way. So you would end up having to go by Kansas City, and then basically you'd be swinging east and then eventually swinging back northwest. Another option would be to head directly west and find the Snake River and go up along it north, which is going to take you to the southern region of the Cheyenne Sioux Federation. That route is faster, of course, RPG style. It is more dangerous. It runs very close to the Western Kansas line, which is the big ley line here I told you guys about. So Raider might enjoy that, but the odds of you guys running into magical or dimensional beasts would be much higher there than otherwise. Another option is there's a not actual road, but a route that people go through that does go more directly north to the Cheyenne Sioux Federation. This goes past some like smaller communities of note. Is northwest of here, a place called Dewberry Farm. That is a place where lots of dewberries grow, but it's also the place where the rumors about the Tipaka have circulated from. Or, alternatively, you guys were told about the unconscious cyborg, so instead of going to the Sioux Cheyenne Federation, you could go to Wykin to try to find O'Grady, the troll cyber parts dealer.
Isn't Wykin full of coalition bootlickers?
Maybe I misspoke. Let me double check my notes. I might have confused. I confused Wykin and Kingsdale a lot. Yes, I should have said Kingsdale, not Wykin.
Okay.
I think I had that in my notes. I was like, I wrote it wrong.
Yeah, Kingsdale is the place that that does not like the coalition, that doesn't get along with Wykin at all. The other adventure lead was, you guys heard there were some coalition bigwigs in Wykin. So you could also go to Wykin to check that out if you wanted to do that instead of going to the Cheyenne Sioux Federation.
Where was the place where we had a guy making kind of a king out of himself with a bunch of mercenaries? I heard about
Garden Glen, right?
That was Garden Glen, and that's
Fraxis.
The guy's name is Fraxis, and that is northwest. So if you guys headed along the not the old RIFTS road and went past Dewberry Farm, you'd eventually end up a little ways east of Garden Glen. So you could cut past that way on your way to the Federation if you're interested in checking that out.
I'll do whatever the group votes, but that's my vote. Just to go past the farm and maybe check out that guy.
That's the quickest route too, right? That's by the West Kansas line. I think that's a good idea.
Oh, that one's not by the West Kansas line.
Oh, okay, but
that's
it's the fastest.
The second quickest route.
Okay,
because the fastest would be the West Kansas line, but it's the most dangerous.
Okay. Raider has the feeling that this mission is somewhat time sensitive. There's an important person missing, as far as we know.
Guys, I'll be back. I'll be back in just a moment.
We love you, but he also sees the merit in checking out Garden Glen. So I think the second fastest route is probably our best bet.
Because that'll hit both of those, right?
Yeah, it'll be quick enough, and follow up on some other leads as well.
Ozzy votes for that way.
Information to sell.
Ozzy votes for that way too, on the condition that we can take the highway on the way back, so I can check out some of these towns.
Okay.
Cool.
Raider likes that.
Yeah. Kitnion's down.
Mochi is in the background, laying on her back, pulling herself along the baseboard. She stopped now, but it was adorable.
Yeah. She gets mad anytime doors are closed, so Emily will let Mochi in here, and then she'll get angry that she's in here. I love that little psycho. I am going to get up to turn on the fan real quick.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm just going a couple feet.
I'm sure David's going to go along with your guys' plan, so as soon as Kevin gets back, we'll go ahead and start again.
David just wakes up and we're just dragging him along.
Could we though? Like just attach to the back of the motorcycles?
I was thinking like all the motorcycles could attach with lines to his feet and pull him.
So the vision is we've got a couple motorcycles dragging the rock.
Yeah.
Whenever you say, whenever we, I think about that, I always think of The Rock in like wrestling tights and boots, and that's it. I don't actually think of David wearing clothes. Just,
Janice pretty clearly said David doesn't wear a lot of clothing. If you read the fluff for the Elemental Fusionists, we aren't going with it completely, but it does say that all of their clothes burn every time they invoke the fire aura or fire shield.
So we've seen a lot of David, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, they've done some weird stuff. Like, it's a new class they added for the Ultimate Edition, And they did some weird stuff. Like, I think it's the only one where they say specifically you don't get a vehicle. And the clothes burn off if you're the fire water fusionist. Like, it's just weird.
Well, he could end up. We can get him some stone armor or something that wouldn't. Obsidian, I guess. Would that hold up?
That would be cool.
Would it interrupt his casting though?
Yeah. Probably. I bet Rifts has a rule.
You would just have an underpants shaped like gap in your fire force field. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move a little bit. When Jan gets back, we'll fill him in. But you guys have decided to take the second route, and basically you're going through these rolling plains that are covered with like native grasses that are about waist high. And this is a Mad Max style post-apocalyptic world, so I'm assuming that everybody has outfitted their vehicles or motorcycles with appropriate tires to be able to drive through this type of terrain.
Oh yeah, I specifically got the off-road one.
And Taylor has the Liv has the tarantula bike, so it like jumps.
That's so awesome.
I also can make an oil slick or a smoke screen because I am awesome.
On every
Wacky
hill,
racers.
Liv is probably like revving up and going, "Witness me!" and then launching.
Okay, any hill I make it to before you, I'm gonna put an oil slick just to make it a little harder for you.
Very rude.
But
I always
very
say
on
it's an
brand.
accident, and Kitnian always believes me.
My
Really
robot's
fix that
not
bike.
very mobile. He's just gonna fall over and over.
Oh, I picture like it's cartoon on ice style with like his arms
Yeah.
like flailing.
Oh no.
I mean, he's
Right? It's like
he's
what is it?
invincible.
30% chance to slip, 25% sense of balance loss. And takes 4d4 melee attack to get up again.
Gosh darn.
But the first 3 days out of Dodge City are actually pretty uneventful, and this heat wave is continuing. It's just blisteringly hot every day. There hasn't been really any rain at all. Looking over, like there aren't even clouds in the sky. The sky is just an unending field of blue. It would be beautiful if you weren't sweating your asses off. And you guys find yourselves coming to the edge of the territory that is Dewberry Farm. And the farm itself, you see, there are several buildings that are built in the middle of what are these giant sprawling brambles that grow dewberries on them, which look similar to blueberries, but they're a yellow color. And this giant plant just stretches out for like acres from the origin, and you guys are skirting the edge of it, and you see there's a place that's marked as an entrance, and there's basically like a gravel road that goes through, and you can see the brambles themselves have like bent and pulled away from the road, and you see that there are several people who are moving about within the brambles. They're most of them, are aging between like early preteens to like early 20s. And you see they are all wearing like Muslim clothing that is a dark green color. And when they see you, like they stop and look at you. Everybody's wearing like sun hats. They're just a bunch of like young people who are given the task of harvesting dewberries off of these giant brambles. I don't know if anybody here is like familiar with agriculture, has been here before. You guys can let me know if your characters have been.
Mm-hmm.
So have you visited Dewberry Farm before? And if so, how did it go? Looks like Raider has not. Nope. Ozzy, you're the only one who hasn't shaken his head one way or the other.
I was going to ask you, where exactly is this? Like,
it's northwest of Dodge City, so it's still in Kansas, but you guys are near the Nebraska line. And
I've been to Nebraska and Colorado in game, but not Kansas. This is my first time in Kansas, so no, I haven't been there.
Okay. You guys also see, like, out in the brambles, there are a few like old pre-RIFTS oil rigs that are still standing. They aren't functioning, but they're standing. And you also see, like, on this path in and out, in front of you a little way, you see that there is a person who's riding a dirt bike who is surrounded by sheep. It's a young adult here who is a shepherd who is wearing, again, one of those Muslim type robes that, but their color is brown instead of green.
Do we recognize that they're Islamic robes or Muslim robes?
No, Muslim the material, not like not like Islamic.
I thought we
I was thinking the same
So
thing.
you said so Muslim, not Muslim.
got it.
Sorry, my end must not be
Muslim?
coming through clearly.
I'm just like, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what? They are now.
Perfect.
These people worship Allah, and good for them.
Can I ask a question about the gate
Sure.
or the entrance? You said like the vines had like sort of drawn away. Does that seem something like they organically just happened to, or does it look like somebody, like a husbandman of the plants, kind of like parted them over many years to grow that way?
Roll any type of wilderness or survival skill that would make sense for this.
Okay, let me see what I got here.
Raider has wilderness survival.
Ozzy does too, I believe.
I have land navigation.
Yeah.
I'll let you roll that with a 10% penalty if you want.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone who's rolling, if you roll your knowledge skill and you're successful, let me know.
It is below the target number that my skill is, right? That's what I'm aiming for.
That is correct.
All right, then my skill is 45 and I rolled a 50.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, a
Land
3 is
navigation for
good.
the win.
I don't
Did
have
you make
anything.
it, Ozzy?
I did not.
Okay, Liv, you were eyeing this as you guys walk by, and yes, somebody has actually done something to these plants to make them stand up. They shouldn't be standing this way naturally. Kevin, do I remember correctly that your character has constant magic vision?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
these
it a magic
vines.
gate?
No, the gate's not magic, but the vines on either side of the path have been magically altered so that they're standing up instead of covering the path.
Okay, well, then Raider's going to be kind of a jerk. While everyone's like studying them, trying to figure it out, Raider just goes, "It's magic, obviously." You think plants just make openings? It's obviously magic. You all can't see it.
Kitnian puts his hand on your shoulder. Thank you, friend.
Rolls his eyes really hard.
Doesn't notice.
Are you guys just meandering up this path? Dear, I know that you're in the bathroom. You guys are outside Dewberry Farm, and
Okay.
it's surrounded by vines, and some of them are standing up, and the vines are thorny and covered with dewberries.
Okay.
We don't have anything particular to do here, right? How long have we been traveling?
This is the afternoon of the third day since you left Dodge City.
Okay, so it's still afternoon. We can stop in, see if there's anything to trade, if we need supplies. If not, we can go on our way, get a souvenir if you'd like.
Sure. And just to be clear, is this the area where we thought there was a beast of some kind that was attacking sheep?
The Tipaka is supposed to be somewhere near here.
Okay, how far is the guy on the motorcycle that we saw with the sheep?
He's you could shout at him and he'd hear you. He's not very far
Okay.
away at the moment.
Can I shout at him?
What are you saying?
Friend, we wish to speak with you.
Okay, he
I'm like a narc.
He stops the motorcycle, and he looks at you and he just gestures at you, and he's waiting for you to come over to him.
Okay, I will kickstand my motorcycle and then walk swiftly over, swirling my robe or my cloak appropriately in the wind.
You see that the sheep are moving out of the way for you for the most part. There are a couple dumb sheep that you have to kind of nudge a little bit.
Kitnian says, "Excuse me," every time he has to do that.
The young man comes up to
adorable.
you and introduces himself as Tariq. He says,
Tariq.
Hello, friend. Are you here to check out the farm, or is there something I can do for you?"
We may very well do that. It seems like a lovely place that you have here. But we heard that, and Kenyon looks at his hand where he's kind of scrawled the name of the beast, but he didn't get it right. So I heard that Poka is a terrible thing that has burdened the land here. That Poka is destroying the sheep and ravaging the community. We would like to stop this Poka if we can.
He looks kind of confused, and he's like, "Are you one of those anti-music fellas?"
Is it a musical beast? We heard it's eating sheep.
Oh, the sheep eater. Yes, it's in the far west fields. We've stopped sending people out there after Akeem didn't come back.
Oh. When did Akeem not come back? When was that?
About a week ago. Mother tried to use her magics, but the creature apparently is not of this world and was immune from her abilities.
Underneath Poka, he writes, "Not of this world." Thank you very much. It may very well perchance that we're able to aid you in this. If that is the case, of course, we would accept no remuneration of money or anything like that. We would do it for free, just to help.
This kid apparently wasn't very bright, but looking back, he sees that you have a glitter boy with you and somebody on a heavy military bike. It's like, oh, that would be great if you could do something about the beast.
No problem. We'd love to do it for nothing, really.
Bullets bounce off of its hide, and it can run faster than a bike.
We have several bikes.
Any of this?
Yeah, that's the question I had. How far did I walk over?
Well, Raider specifically didn't join the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, nobody else said they were going anywhere, so I figured you guys signaled, and then Kitnian walked over by himself.
Okay.
Kitnian gives the group a thumbs up.
Okay, can I look around and see if there's like a supervisor around here or something who's like in charge of the people picking all the berries?
No, it looks like it's just a bunch of teens and young adults picking berries. Like none of them, they all seem to be doing their thing. They have one of those tools that's like the basket with the grate in front where you go like this to pull the berries off the vines.
Okay, can I rev my engine and just see if anyone is interested? See if anyone is kind of like who's this, and if they do, I want to talk to them because they think I'm cool.
Do you have a percentage for charm or impress from your stats?
Which attribute would that be? I don't have a specific skill for any of that.
Well, one of the skills next to it has a charm and impress percentage, I believe.
Oh, that's physical
or is it
beauty.
Trust?
Well, that's not going to go good for me. It's 9.
Okay, so you don't have the percentage on it at all. All of these people are used to visitors stopping here. This is one of the safe places before you head to the far west, and they're in between the League of Free Cities and the Cheyenne Sioux Federation. So travelers just aren't a big deal to them. They're doing their work, so mom and dad won't be mad.
Can I try intimidating one of them?
The sheep don't seem to like the revving of the engines, and Tariq is trying to calm them down.
Raider would like to see if he's just going to walk up to a random adult-looking young person and ask after who shaped the gates. Because if there's a magic user here who's powerful enough to have a lasting effect like this, even if it's just shaping plants, Raider would like to meet them.
Oh, he says, that's actually that's actually our mother, Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Yeah, she works magic with plants, and she has a magic staff that she says is from England.
I've always heard
But
the English
if
to be
you-
foppish, but I've never met one.
I would not describe our mother as foppish. She's not one who stands for much nonsense, but she's at the farm if you continue on, and they point to the big farmhouse in the distance.
Before I go, I don't know what foppish means, and Raider walks away. I really don't know what that means.
I'll follow
It's
Raider.
not a bad word.
A fop is a person who is like obsessed with style. They're very style over substance. So when you say somebody's foppish, you're saying they're kind of empty-headed
Shallow.
and fashion forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Raider's gonna go to the barn.
Raider and Liv are going to the barn.
Mhm.
Kitnian, what are you doing?
I'll ask the shepherd that I'm nearby. Is that where your mother lives?
Yeah, he points to the farmhouse.
I will say, thank you, my friend, and then I will walk that way.
Yeah.
I'll go back and get my motorcycle and then
Good.
drive
Down,
it over
kitty.
that way.
David, what are you doing?
I will go with Raider and Liv to the. I will go with them. So I'm just looking around at everything, wondering what all's going on here.
Ozzy, what are you doing?
Those kids around, I'm impressing them by picking up sheep.
Oh, with the glitter boy armor?
I'm just picking them up and just like looking at them and putting them back down. I'm picking up heavy objects to impress children.
Tariq sees like the second or third panicked sheep you sit down. He says, please stop doing that.
I pick up him and put him back down.
This is not better.
Are the kids enjoying it at least?
Some of the kids are laughing, like it's kind of funny to see their older brother, who kind of bosses them around, being like picked up by a glitter boy against his will. Tariq ends up jumping on the motorbike and like herding the sheep out into the grassy area east of the entrance.
Ozzy's going to do that and kind of just stay behind just in case there's trouble. He'll be able to get stuff from the distance with a gun. So I'm going to hang out.
Okay, you guys come up to the barn, and I don't know, have you guys ever been to one of those like colonial village places? Basically, you see a bunch of people are like, some of them are around a big pot cooking and preserving dewberries. Like there's someone else who is washing clothes and hanging up on a clothesline. Everyone just wears these really simple robes, all earth tones. You see the farm itself is the barn itself is a large wooden structure. Near it you see that there are a couple smaller buildings that are like soddies. So they're the buildings where like the roof and the walls are dirt, and then like there's just one front wall built. And this is like a compound where like there's a main family, and then like some sub families have developed that are in the smaller houses. You see like supervising all of it is a man of Middle Eastern descent who is wearing one of those straw hats, and he's looking around, and you see he seems to be giving directions to another like full adult. The man's probably in his 50s, and you can see sitting on the porch there is a woman who is very pale white. She's wearing one of the robes, and she has a sun hat on, and she has a staff of a strange looking white wood. Raider, you can see from here that she has quite a bit of PPE, and so does the staff. The staff actually has more than some magic users you've ran into.
Oh, wow. So it's very powerful.
And it has a lot of energy. So I mean, if someone wants to get into like a magic duel with her, basically, it's like she's 2 or 3 people instead of 1 as far as the amount of energy goes.
Does the staff have more than me?
How much do you have?
155.
Yes.
Darn. All right. Raider is immediately deferential.
And you can see that she's drinking a beverage. The man, the older man that I described, sees you guys and he begins walking towards you.
Can Ian lean over to Raider and go, you sort of kind of looked at her funny. What's up with her?
I was always taught growing up to pay the proper respect to those who command it, and she obviously commands it. She's wielding something more powerful than most men.
Okay, that may be worrying because the shepherd I talked to said that the beast was immune to bullets, which, we've got more than bullets, so I wasn't too worried about that. But he also mentioned that his mom had tried to use her magic against it, and that also was unable to stop it. So this threat may be larger than initially anticipated.
Then we should speak with her.
I think so.
But be warned, pay her the proper respect. And he kind of snarls that at everybody.
No problem.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The man makes it up to you, and he just looks at you and he says, greetings, welcome to Dewberry Farm. I am Omar. I see that you are travelers, and unusual travelers at that. Have you answered our call sent to Dodge City?
We would like to know more about it.
And how much it pays.
Fine then. Let's go up to the house and we can discuss it with my wife and figure out where to go from here. I was told that the mayor was offering some incentive for people to come help us. If there's too much damage to the western fields, it may be hard for there to be enough wool, mutton, and crops for this next winter. And he walks with you guys up to the house, and the woman stands up and introduces herself as Cecilia, and she seems pleasant, and she cuts right to the point, and she says, the creature in the western field is a tipoca, and they are large ravenous beasts from some other world. This particular one has developed a taste for sheep and for human.
Trouble.
Eliminating. Yes, the creatures are more clever than a beast, but less clever than most humans. I have seen it use traps. It herded a group of sheep to an area where the ground was permeated by prairie dog holes, and when they broke their ankles, feasted. The creature itself, its hide is thick enough that bullets bounce off it, and even many ray and plasma weapons seem to do minimal damage. As far as I know, it is vulnerable to attack magic, but my druidic magic is no use against it.
I see I do not mean to point out the obvious to you or draw attention to you in any negative way, but I see that you are very, very powerful. This staff you wield, it is simply for shaping plants?
It's the magic of the Millennium Trees from Great Britain. This magic is good for growth and change and healing, but it cannot be used to harm. At least it cannot be used effectively to harm. I can do some small feats of self-defense with it and do some damage, but from what I can tell from you, the arts that you have been trained in would be more suitable for battling this creature than the arts that I have been trained in.
Understandable. I will do this in favor to you.
My memory is long, as is that of the Millennium Trees. I understand one of you asked about payment, though. I do not know what Mayor Skeletor has offered. We can offer food and drink and, small comfort when you are here. But as far as credits go, there are very few available in this setting.
Do I remember the mayor telling us there was any money in this, or did he just tell us this existed?
He just told you it existed. He did not say anything about paying.
Right.
You.
I have no memory of money being offered for this.
He didn't tell you money was involved because he knew you'd ask for more.
Yeah, or any.
Yeah, but without money, we don't go.
One must keep an eye on the bottom line.
Okay, so I want to ask them, I want to kind of tell them point blank, it's like, the mayor is not offering anyone money to help you. He's just telling people to avoid this area. Did he tell you different?
Yes, I've been told something quite different. I cannot offer money. I do, however, have a small stock of magic. I could offer you some potions made from the sap of a millennium tree that have miraculous healing properties. But I don't believe that we have much more to offer you of value. I'm shocked that Mayor Skeletor did not offer money because
I forgot his name.
The damage to the western fields will cost lives this winter if nothing is done.
Well, hopefully that will not happen because we are here to deal with this problem.
And we'll be sure to ask him about it when we make it back to town. I have a lot of questions, and I'm sure I can ask some for you as well.
Yes, I think that that you seem like a young woman who has the ability to ask a pointed question and get an answer.
I have lots of pointed things.
Yes, and she says, perhaps mention to Mayor Skeletor that we may consider a partnership with a different city if he's unwilling to offer the support that we need.
Alrighty then.
And if he turns you away, I would appreciate it if one of you could send a message to me somehow so that proper actions can be taken.
Is this farm on or near a ley line?
No, it's not super close to one.
Because I can talk down the lines.
They can give you their radio channel.
Oh, fantastic.
Cool.
I don't think I have radio. Fantastic.
So, yeah, you guys do have the radio station for Dewberry Farm now. So if you ever need to contact them, you can do so.
Hey, Raiders into hunting this beast down.
Let's do it.
So they actually, if anybody wants to roll lore monsters to see if they know anything about a Tipoca.
I have history all for 5.
No, it needs to be lore monsters and demons.
Okay, I got nothing.
15. I made it.
Oh, also, when doing experience last week, I realized that I messed up the first game. I did give you guys the best amount I could, but I need you guys to keep track of when you succeed on a skill check.
Okay.
So just make like a hash mark. Like if you roll below your percentage on a skill, because they award experience for successful use of skills.
Okay.
But only if the use of the skill is meaningful.
Okay.
Oh, so I get one for land navigation.
You do. And Kevin gets one for lore monsters. And I'm going to tell you guys the result to Kevin's check, and then we're going to take our first bathroom break for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I need this.
Raider, what you know about Tipocas is they are intelligent, as she told you. They're very aggressive and mean-natured. And they have a plate on the top of their head that allows them to actually headbutt for mega damage. So a regular person who gets hit by a charging Tipoca is gooified.
Ugh.
And they also have a large plate on their back that is pretty much impenetrable to energy weapons. So if it can turn that plate to you, it can block, or some people even say redirect energy blasts that are shot at them. You do also know that the creatures, while they have a large amount of PPE, they are not known for having magical or psionic abilities. Except for they have a natural chameleon type ability. So even though it's a huge creature, if it's standing still, it's very difficult to see them in a natural setting. It actually simulates the chameleon skin psionic ability. Even though they technically don't have psionics.
Okay, I share this information with the party.
Okay. Well, we know that they eat people, so maybe we can use that to lure it out somehow.
Maybe I could get it to eat a grenade.
Maybe they eat grenades.
That would be awesome.
We do have grenades.
Okay, so
a bathroom break. I'm sorry, I was about to start planning.
Yeah. Take the bathroom break, and then we'll get back to planning.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Put on our hold music.
Oh, I forgot to. I was going to do a thing.
It's so relaxing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this is royalty-free music this time, so we don't get nabbed after we played 1974 Kmart music like last time.
Yeah, who would have thought that would be subject of a copyright notice? Though, so far you're 1 for 1 on those.
1 for 1. Well, we got the video and it's saved, so we can eventually get to it and edit it, so it's not going anywhere. And folks, if you're on a diet and you try some green tea without sugar or anything, this tastes like crap. This is bad. I've been sipping on this, and I hate it, Elmer. It's gross, but I'm gonna finish it because I paid for it. Yeah.
I am going to share my screen and get up for my bathroom break. I just wanted to do this.
Perfecto. We'll be right back. Well, I'll be right back. Everybody will be right back. I'll be right back thing. This is the Days of Tales that we were talking about with Twitch.tv, Lion Night 42, as you see, Friday, July 22nd, to the 24th. There's a bunch of games. I'll be part of that D one, and Elmer will be part of the match one.
So should I just
check it out?
tell Rodney to say on?
We'll be right back.
I'll cover it when we get back on the stream.
So I'm just going to tell Rodney?
Yeah.
Rodney, are you there? He's gone.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. Okay? Look, I was actually taking notes too. Do you want these headphones?
No.
know,
liked
man.
it.
I was vibing.
Yeah, it was good.
No accounting for taste.
He does the best he can. Okay, I just tweeted that we're back. I'm going to stop sharing. Kevin, thanks for pointing out that I forgot to mute.
No worries. Happy to help.
Jan is not feeling well, so David is hanging out back at Dewberry Farm while you guys continue.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll win this one
We
for
still
him.
have David's attack.
Nope.
Actually, it turned out the beast had a limp I didn't mention before.
Oh no! If you guys die, you die. That's not my problem.
I'm already so attached to my character, though.
I'll gladly die. Speaking of, are we back in game now?
Yes.
Okay. Raider immediately begins formulating a plan. I will use my magical powers to distract the beast. At first, I will appear alone, and I will fly above it. Unless this thing can fly, I believe I will be relatively safe. I do have a levitation spell.
So when you say you're gonna fly, are you just gonna like go up and then wait for it to come? Or are you gonna like buzz the tower and then head back towards us?
My goal is to float above it, enrage it, and distract it.
Okay, and then we rush out and attack it.
Yes.
Am I with these? Am I back with the group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine we'd convene with you.
Yeah.
So they said that regular bullets don't really hurt it and lasers don't really hurt it. What about ions or grenades?
So lasers will injure it. You just have to be careful not to hit its back plate. It may deflect it, reflect it, absorb it. As far as I'm aware.
What about this? And you hear this giant clunking noise as a 6-foot gun pops up on my shoulder and points out. I could probably hit him from about 2 miles away. And
worth a try.
It's pretty cool.
I'm for that plan, but I feel like we should be not the 2 miles closest to the farm. So if he charges towards where he was shot, he doesn't hit the farm.
You know what? That's
so maybe like go a little bit around him and then shoot him. So if he runs at us, it's away from the farm.
That is a good idea. We should stage this battle as far away from the fields and farm as possible.
Yeah, and the most advantageous geography.
We want to get the jump on this thing, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the field you guys said it was like northwest of the farm.
Yes.
Okay, so if we just like went west and then attacked him, would that work out?
Yeah.
Well,
like geographically.
We went west and then curved around north.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like go west and then curve to attack him.
Got it.
Yeah, maybe we can find a hill to like the rest of us can hide behind too. So Glitter Boy can come out, and then if it runs over, Raider could like float up and distract it, and then maybe we can like attack from a weird angle or something.
My glitter boy can't fly. He can. Right?
Yeah, okay. That's correct.
Okay. Can I use my intelligence skill, which is about observing the enemy and sights and sounds, to try and find this thing in case it's like invisible?
Well, what we're going to do is have you guys all roll against its natural prowl to see if you can see it. But I will let you do an intelligence check when you figure out the battlefield to see if you can find any advantages.
Okay. Cool.
Would that be land navigation?
No, it's actually called intelligence.
I also do have prowl. I can prowl against his prowl.
Should we like stealth towards the beast, or should we like roll in on our motorcycles?
I think we should stealth till we go west.
I have to look at my motorcycle speed.
Who's the fastest I can go?
I feel like I have it somewhere.
My speed is 10.
On motorcycle or off motorcycle?
On motorcycle.
Mine's 300 miles per hour.
Holy Lord, mine's 120.
Mine's 180.
But
I
it
don't know, I
does
picked a
take
bad
75
one.
feet for me to get up to the first 100 miles an hour, and then for one action, and then I can go 300 miles an hour.
Okay.
Yikes.
If Liv could lure him somewhere with a super speedy bike, and then we could ambush him, like that hill you're talking about, I'll be on top of the hill, let him have it.
Yeah.
Right? I could try my oil slick, see if I can get him to fall over. I really just want to use it.
Yes.
I think that's a great
Like,
idea.
drive around him,
especially
oil
if you
slick,
have
drive
running
up.
oil.
That was a fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you know how fast this thing is? Like, if it goes like 500 miles per hour, it's going to eat me.
Well, like
I don't think we do
the other
know.
thing I would be worried about with doing anything with the oil, especially if anything involves fire, is that it has been very dry and hot lately,
Oh,
and it's a flat field.
We don't want
flattish
to burn
field.
down their farm.
No.
That's true.
Yeah, and I don't really want to use smoke screen because I feel like that would just help it.
Is there
Yeah.
any sources of water near here, Elmer? Any kind of rivers or anything?
There are little like streams basically in some of the prairies, but I mean, there's nothing big.
Okay. So maybe just we skip the oil.
You guys are heading
We're going to
directly.
use lasers. That'll be fine.
You guys are
It'll
heading.
be fine.
You guys are heading west and then curving north, so you're approaching it from far away from the farm. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if it goes for us, it doesn't go for the farm.
We're looking for like an ideal hill, ideally.
Okay, so actually, can I?
Can I prowl on my bike?
Oh. Oh wait, why did I do
Please describe
7?
that. I want to.
Right? Like, I'm very like I have land
real
navigation, I have prowl, I have jump bike combat, and mix these things together.
So if you guys look in the chat, the roll channel, I rolled for its 70% prowl against all of you, and as you can see, oh, I still did too many. I have to do that again.
You did 7 of them?
Yeah, I am just not good at math today, apparently.
Oh, now he passed them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that doesn't.
I like the first one better.
Yeah, we'll take the first 4 from the last one.
That doesn't seem fair. No matter what I do here.
Well, then
huh?
we need to have we need to have a final dice roll. This is the final one.
Yeah.
We all agree this last
Yeah.
one I'm doing is the one that
Yeah.
counts.
Yes.
Unless
Unless
it's
there's a
bad.
better option previously. Darn it!
Oh,
Nope. Okay.
worse for us.
I take it back. I never nodded. It was a false nod
He can't
operation.
nod in this robot. He just moves
Okay.
kind of forward and
So
back.
Yeah. He just rocks.
Yeah.
But since it can prowl while running and being huge, can I prowl on my bike?
I
No,
believe it
because
only
you can't
prowls when
make
it's
your
standing
bike
still.
engine stop.
But I have land navigation.
Yes, we are fully aware of your land navigation.
Am I correct in assuming though that this prowl roll is only when it's standing still? Like this is only when we will initially encounter it?
Mm-hmm.
You'll see.
Okay, that's fair.
Or we won't, as the case may be.
I'll try and use intelligence once we get there, but I don't really want to go ahead of everyone because then I'm going to be there alone.
I'm going to use the first person shooter tactic and just constantly be jumping. so,
My bike jumps too.
so it lessens his lock on me.
I do like this idea of one of us luring it into an ambush because Raider has a spell called Energy Field that gives us all 60 mega damage armor.
That would be cool.
What time of,
So if we're
Volunteers
grouped,
tribute.
what time of day is it, Elmer?
It is.
It was evening, right?
It's
Early
late
afternoon
afternoon going into evening.
I'm still fine with fighting it now. There's still daylight.
There we go. All right.
What?
What am I looking at?
What?
All right. Okay.
Oh, I love this.
Oh no. Oh no.
I
The
couldn't
special effects
use.
this season are incredible.
It's amazing. Total upgrade.
I do want to point out the fact that I had to use a buffalo for the Tipoca. It's not just a buffalo. Palladium's
That's
very
no
concerned
buffalo.
about their copyright, so I didn't want to use the image of a Tipoca.
Yeah.
But you guys are in the big red area labeled starting location, and you do not see the big giant beast until it rams or attempts to ram Ozzy at full speed.
I don't know.
Of mice and men, right?
Yeah. Biggest target.
Oh yeah, Ozzy, he got you.
Oh boy.
I'm very sorry.
No. He was like our big hammer.
I'm counting my blessings that it's hitting our massive robot and not one of us squishies.
You know what? That's fair.
All right, I'm gonna use it.
I'm kind of offended.
Ozzy, you just hear a robotic voice go.
That's your one.
That's fair.
Okay, Ozzy,
Yes.
you take
No.
the center part of your body takes 110 MD.
Oh my lord.
No part of
And-
my body could take that.
I'm saying.
You go flying and land in Area 8, which, as it turns out, is a hedge. So it's full of brambles. They are
Zoom in a little bit more on your picture, Elmer.
Yeah.
Let me.
It's very
the
tiny for me.
The problem is when I made it big before, it took up my entire screen, so I couldn't see my notes.
Haha.
Is this better? Is this helping at all?
Yeah,
That's
that's
better.
a little bit better.
Okay.
That's as big as I can make it. Yeah.
Okay. That's,
I like that.
there we go.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna move my camera closer.
So you end up on a ridge, Ozzy, and I need you to roll sense of balance.
What do I roll for that?
Do you have like gymnastics or anything like that?
I don't think so. But I can double check for you. I have
Your
one.
robot didn't do ballet. Oh my lord.
It's the best skill.
Combat driving with that? No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, so it headbutted you so hard, the glitter boy armor flies through the air and lands on top of this ridge, and it's basically there's a deadfall after it.
Oh boy.
It's about 20 feet deep, but you're off your feet, and that ends the surprise round. So I need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
Remind me again what initiative for this game is.
D20.
Plus or
no.
minus anything?
Give me just a
Minus
second.
7.
I have to keep track of this on paper because of what I had to do to make that map big made everything else small.
I'm also using paper, so don't feel bad.
Live, Ozzy, Raider.
Don't we have like a plus to initiative somewhere?
You should,
Oh, yeah, I have
underneath
plus
the
4, I
combat
forgot.
section of your character sheet.
Okay.
So I actually have 11 because I have plus 4.
Tipo.
I have a plus
Okay.
in my initiative.
Liv has 11. Ozzy, do you know what you have?
I got 8.
Raider.
5.
Kinian.
10.
You guys are so lucky. I rolled a 1 for initiative.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
so
we
it
need-
only has a 6.
Oh God, it still goes before me.
And how many attacks do each of you get? Starting with Liv.
6.
Ozzy.
6.
Raider.
4.
Kinian.
6.
Okay, first person to go is Liv. What are you up to? The Tipaka is like less than 50 feet away from you, and you're kind of on its flank.
Okay. So since I know its back is going to reflect the laser, I'm going to try and drive in kind of like a circle motion, keeping my distance best I can. And I want to try and use my turret pulse laser on my bike to try and hit it in like the stomach area.
Okay, we're going to use your first action as the movement action.
Okay.
So we'll have you roll your attack next time we come around to you.
Okay.
So you've repositioned. Kinian.
I think I'm going to summon my Psi Sword. Can I reach it with the Psi Sword from where I am?
You can charge it on your motorcycle, and for Cyber Knights, conjuring the Psi Sword is a free action. So
okay. I would like
if
my
you
hand
want-
to snap out and there to be a giant-ass Psi Sword in it.
Okay, so you're moving up to it and attacking with the Psi Sword. I need you to roll to strike.
Okay.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Okay.
You're bad and should feel bad.
I am, and I do not.
Okay, so that's 9 to strike.
Sorry to shrink this, but I had to... weird stuff's going on with my browser, and I had to be able to see the damage the thing actually inflicts. What did you roll to hit?
9.
Okay, that does hit it. It turns and like howls at you. I need you to roll a save against horror factor.
Okay. Is that just a D20?
Yeah, and you should have a bonus against horror factor, I believe, under saves.
I do, because I've been on the internet.
How much of a save? Like, are you like a major internet user who's been on 4chan, so you have a really high save? Or
Yeah, unfortunately.
I see save versus insanity.
Different
Is
thing.
that?
Yeah, that is
There's
not.
a
You
horror
should have
factor. Horror factor's
okay.
right above insanity.
Oh, okay. I see horror factor. I didn't write anything next to it, which may be an error on my part. So I guess I won't add anything.
Okay.
So I'll go, but tell me later if I need to take anything away. 16.
Oh, okay. You saved against horror factor. Go ahead and roll damage for the first strike.
Okay.
For your Psi Sword.
Eight.
Okay, you hit its tough hide, and you just it's not doing much.
Damn.
But you
Worth
did
a
hit
shot.
it. I just wanted to let you know. Ozzy, you're laying on your back in the glitter boy armor.
I'm gonna use an action.
You're
A
on
very
mute.
provocative pose.
We're drawing you like our French glitter girls.
I'm like just on the ground, like ah. I guess I would use my action to stand up or sit up.
Okay.
So I'm doing.
Oh, I need to let you guys know something about this chart because I didn't tell you before. You can use one action to move from one square to the next closest square.
Can I do that, or am I just getting up?
You're just getting up for your action. Sucks to fall down in that big old armor.
It does, and 110 mega damage. I think we may need some repairs on this.
Remember the nanite house rule.
What's that?
I made it so that all of your guys' MD armor regenerates because it has nanites in it that rebuild it.
Oh, excellent.
Okay. The creature rears up and it is going to try to hit Kinian with its front legs.
I am probably still going by on my motorcycle unless I stopped in front of it and then went slashed it and then just waited there.
Yeah, so you're combat driving. Any bonuses you get to combat apply to it.
Okay. So,
But I got a 27 to hit you.
Oh my god.
I'm
not
pretty
even
sure
gonna
you
do
were
it.
hit.
Yeah, no, I'm hit. There's nothing.
You do have the option, since this is a melee attack, to try to parry it with your scythe sword. If you roll a d20, parrying's free. If you roll a d20 and get higher than my attack roll, you don't take any damage. If you get a nat 20, you automatically succeed on the parry.
Okay, so just roll a d20 to find out if I'm able to parry it.
Or you can spend one of your actions if your dodge is better and roll dodge.
Okay, where do I have to roll dodge or do?
You would have to roll dodge, and you would lose one of your attacks. But I just want to let you know you have that option. I don't know if your dodge is better than your parry.
They're they're exactly the same. They're both +2.
Are you applying your mounted combat Cyber Knight stuff?
I might be. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Yeah. I think I might have already added it. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the +2 that I have, unless you can find it somewhere else.
Okay, I don't see it on here. Yeah, you can go with the +2. If you don't forget, you get a +1 to parry with your scythe sword, so that makes it +3.
Okay. I will a d20 +3 and see what happens.
Okay.
I got a 19 +3
is 22.
22. Is that good enough?
Oh, don't forget your +1 to parry from fencing.
Oh, yeah.
So you have that.
That's from boarding school. I knew that'd come in handy.
Okay, that's all I can get for you.
Okay.
Unless you have that mounted combat written down somewhere, but I don't see it anywhere in your sheet.
Yeah, no, I didn't find that when I built it, but I'm sure it's in the book somewhere. So does that, you said, so that's 19 +4, so 23?
So it's still got a 27, so...
very proud of that. My boarding school fencing teacher is applauding somewhere. It's Kitnians.
His flourish was lovely, but...
The Russian judge still gave me a 1.
You take 3 points of mega damage armor to the main body of your armor. Okay. And I need you to roll a d20. What's your physical strength?
Physical strength 19.
Okay. Add your strike bonus from your high physical strength.
Is that just from bonus to strike?
Yeah, but yours doesn't have one written down here, even though you have a high enough skill to have one.
Yeah, no, I definitely think I messed that, among other things, up.
Yeah, because you have a 21 physical strength. You should have a combat damage bonus to hand, which is what we'd use here. Roll a d20, I can't remember the number. We're going to say add 3.
Okay, 13. I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 17. So you are thrown from your motorcycle when it hits you. So
not
you're
Kitnian's
prone.
best day ever.
This fight's not shaping up.
No.
It's not good. A lot of people have fallen down.
Raider, it's my turn. Okay, I thought Liv rolled higher than me.
Yeah, but she went first, and she was just maneuvering.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Because she's thinking strategically.
How far away from the Tipoca am I?
About 50 feet.
About 50 feet. Okay. And any time I use a spell, that's my action, correct?
Yes, and you can only use up to 2 spells per round.
Okay, so I could use 2 spells right now?
No, you use one now, and then when we come back around to you, you can use another one.
Confusing. All right, I'm going to use first levitation. It allows me to float up to 70 feet into the air. I can't move horizontally, but I can go up or down. So I'm going to use levitation, and I'm going to get about 50 feet in the air.
Oh my god, I can just see you lassoing it and it running around.
Oh, that's awesome. I should do that. I don't think I have any rope tricks, though. I don't think I do.
But
I would let you roll an attack roll because they treat lasso as a weapon.
Like me currently? No. Okay, good.
Liv, it's your turn. Are you taking that turret blast?
Yeah, so I'm kind of now, so I can shoot his stomach, which is my goal, and I wanted to use my Teradate pulse laser that's on my jump bike.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. So, do I do a D100 or D20 for if I hit?
D20 and add all of your strike bonuses for that particular attack.
Okay. I don't know if I get any bonuses for that attack.
Let me pull up your character sheet real quick and I'll help you out.
Okay. Please and thank you.
you know you're still sharing your screen, Elmer.
I don't have a choice.
Okay. I'll keep it off of you and pretend.
Oh, wait, I could do this.
They've already seen all the holes in my character sheet. It can't be worse. I'm just writing down fix everything.
I've got a tile, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
It looks like you have a +1 bonus with this because you have your bonus to strike for being for combat expert. Unless your combat driving gives you an additional bonus to strike.
Let me look. Jump like combat. I get +1 attack, +1 auto dodge. I think that's it.
Okay, so yeah, you just have the +1 to strike from your hand-to-hand expert.
Okay, so 13.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so that does 1d4 times 10 mega damage.
Actually, give me just a second. He is going to use one of his actions to try to dodge.
Okay.
And what did you get?
I got a 13.
Remind me what this thing looks like. We found a dinosaur.
It's a big buffalo-looking thing with a giant, metal plate on its head and its back with a bunch of random, horns sticking out of its head and its body.
See, I feel like I should get advantage to hit it because it's so big.
It's a Digimon.
Okay, it did not make its dodge, but, yeah. So, go ahead, roll damage.
Okay.
The rest of us are just rolling on the floor.
Okay, that's going to be 400. Wait, no, 40.
Lord.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I rolled a 4. What's 4 times 10?
Okay, you got a good shot on its underbelly, and you can actually see it does permeate the hide. You can actually see some blood. The blood is a steel blue color, and the creature looks at you, and it's huffing and puffing, and you can almost you could swear it looks like it's getting bigger.
Yeah. Can I be driving, shooting, and continuing my arc to try and get away?
What you would do is on your next action, you would then take a move to move away from it.
Okay. I'm just going to hope it really wants to hit Kitneen again.
He wants to stomp on him.
No, it's going for you, Liv, unless things change between now and then. Kenny, it's your turn.
Okay. I would like to scream in pain as a free action. I like to think that where the Psy Sword hit it is where Liv then immediately after hit it, and Gideon's thinking, I loosened it up for you.
Dude,
I weakened it there.
I want to hear the scream.
Ah! My best version of the Wilhelm scream.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I've been practicing. Okay, can I lunge from my motorcycle, or did it shoot off? What's the situation with my transportation?
Your motorcycle is on the ground and on its side, and you're about 5 or 6 feet away from it.
Okay. And the beast relative to me?
The beast is just on the other side of your motorcycle. You're in melee range of it.
Can I see the spot where Liv just opened it like a door.
Okay, she did not open it like a door. This is like if you or I
got a paper
cut ourselves while we were I don't know, cutting vegetables. It's cut, it's bleeding, but this is not like a horrible sucking chest wound.
And that was 40 damage.
Mega damage. Yeah.
I could try to slice into the cut, which I'm fairly accurate with the size sword, so I feel like I might be able to do it, or I could just get the hell out of Dodge.
If you stab it, then it can eat you.
You could move to area 6, 5, or 4 and try to get it to follow you.
Well, there's good parts to that and bad parts to that. Sure.
Or move to one of those and switch to laser rifle from size sword.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. My first try with the size sword didn't do a lot, and if I miss that cut, I might not do it. Even if I hit the cut, I don't know if I'm going to do 40 damage or whatever. I'll retreat to 6 if I can.
Okay, you go running towards 6, and I need you to roll a percentage as you realize that the ground is Swiss cheesed. It's a prairie dog warren.
He breaks both of his ankles and ends his career as a cyber knight. Okay, give me 1 second.
How much do we know about ACL surgery in this timeline?
You could get a cybernetic
I can only fix
ankle.
mech stuff.
Okay, I got 14.
Okay, yeah, you managed to make it through the prairie dog warren, and you're on the other side of it. There are some prairie dogs that are looking around and then diving down in the ground.
They know Stay down, coming. Friends. Yeah.
They know what's up.
Okay.
That was Kinian. Ozzy, it's your turn.
It's time to use the boom gun.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
All right. Walk me through this, sir.
You roll to strike, so roll a d20 and add all of your strike bonuses associated with your Robot Combat Elite, which I believe we made as a separate column on your character sheet.
I see Robot Combat Glitter Boy.
Yes, that's what you're using. So you get your +2 bonus to strike.
Okay.
But actually, we did your whole boom gun together. So next to the boom gun, it says +4 strike total.
Okay.
That's what you use.
So I got +4 of it. Okay. Let me go down to it. I got a 12 +4, so I got a 16.
That hits it. It's not really paying attention to you, so I'm not going to have it take a dodge action.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage.
Could somebody roll this for me in the Discord? I need a 3d6 times 10.
12 times 10.
So 120.
That feels chunky.
Okay. You see that actually knocks it back a little bit, but it's still on its feet. You guys all heard the sonic boom. Andrew, you're surrounded by freaking out prairie dogs.
We're all making... I was going to say we're all making the same sound.
The ridge that Rodney's standing on has become a little less stable, but it's still there.
I forgot to describe when I fire, titanium spikes come out of my feet and stabilize me on the ground since this thing is so heavy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
and there's a sonic boom and a volley of basically bullets that are spinning so fast that they generate electromagnetic fields, hit it, and pierce its hide. And the creature seems quite angry. And I'm rolling percentage to see if it attacks Liv or Ozzy. Liv, do you high or low? Pick your poison. Whichever one if you say high and I roll high, it's attacking you.
Okay.
And we got a 78.
Ooh, that's high.
That's high.
It charges you, and it's trying to hit you with that metal plate on the top of its head, like it did.
I
like
have
it did
dodge.
Ozzy.
Does that help?
That you get to roll dodge without it taking one of your attacks.
Cool.
Oh man, this thing is ridiculously rolling today. I got a 21 to hit you. So.
Well, I got an 18 plus my dodge is 4.
Ooh.
You got a 22. Okay, the creature bounds past you. Pick your poison, 5 or 4.
4.
We got a herd of sheep that were hiding in the tall grass.
All those poor sheep.
It comes running into that area, and sheep are scattered in every direction, bleeding, and the creature seems temporarily distracted. So you guys know, because it's distracted, its next strike is going to be at a -2.
Nice.
And Liv, it is now your turn. The creature is out of melee range with you, so you could shoot the pocket if you want, or you can ride your bike somewhere. It's up to you what you're up to.
Did you?
Oh, did I skip you? I did. I skipped. I skipped
sorry.
Raider. I'm sorry.
He's so
Raider.
that we forgot about him.
Yeah.
Just watch me be cool.
I guess I just think of 6 as being the end of the initiative order.
You would think so, right? Okay. It ran away from me, right? Like, it's not close anymore.
Yeah, it's
Great.
I think 100. It's 120 feet away now.
Could I move 21 feet and still take an action?
You would be moving for this action, and then next time we come around to you, you get an action.
Okay, I guess I'll spend another turn doing nothing. I'll move closer.
You're just like, cool.
I gotta come back down to the ground too, so I really wasted the first turn.
Well, couldn't you be like firing your firebolt at it or anything like that?
100 feet.
Oh.
Everything I got is 100 feet or less.
I picked a random distance. Let me check its movement. I don't want to be a dick and make you useless because I picked a random number.
No, it's fine. I made the choice to levitate for my first action to get away from the damn thing.
It worked. I mean, he's fine.
It did work.
He's the most healthy of all of us. So.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm afraid to ask how many drugs Liv has going right now.
Not as many as you would think. Should
Not
see her
as
at
much
a
as you would
rave.
like.
Okay. Yeah, it's more than 100 feet away. I'm sorry, Kevin.
It's okay.
Is it
I understand.
Less than 500 feet?
Yes, it's actually, after I did the math, it's 150 feet away.
How many feet does my 10 speed get me?
Not 150, but
okay.
We'll say, but remember, you can only move up and down because of the levitate.
I'm moving down. Yeah.
Okay.
See you guys in like 4
Don't stand
turns.
between me and it.
We could try to drive it under you.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Okay. So that brings us, like I said, back to Liv now.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot my grenade and try and hit the stomach area I hit before with it.
Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your strike with your grenade launcher.
Okay.
This would be awesome.
If it hits.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 13 plus 1 to strike, so 14.
Okay. You're behind it, so I'm not going to try to use its deflection ability. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so that's going to be 4d6 mega damage.
Okay.
Which is 9.
Okay. The grenade explodes, like some shrapnel hits it, but it doesn't really seem to have done much at all.
Okay.
That was Your third action. So next is Kinian's third action. Kinian, what are you up to?
Okay. I have retreated strategically, I think is what we're going to call it, after I got knocked off. I have a northern gun laser pistol and a northern laser rifle. And the northern laser rifle does 3d6 damage. So we're going to use that one.
Okay.
So I don't have for bonus any like plus written down for skills. I do have modern weapon energy rifle.
That just lets you use it.
Okay, so then I guess I don't have any bonuses for it.
No, you do not.
Okay.
See, and you guys thought I was being a jerk because I wanted all of your character sheets in one place.
No, this is great.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I think
I
you're
like
a jerk for different reasons.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fair.
separate. I just wish I hadn't written my social security number on there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that was like a mistake in retrospect.
Your daily schedule and list of fears.
Welcome all my new credit card friends. So I rolled a d20 and got a 9.
That hits.
Hey, okay.
But it's going to attempt to use its head plate to parry.
Can it like parry a laser beam with its head?
It has
That's awesome.
It has the special ability to do so.
Is this like a Cubone kind of deal?
It's like an electric light show. This is awesome.
What did you get total to strike?
9.
Okay, you actually see that it turns its head and your laser hits that plate on its head and just vibrates for a second, but nothing seems to happen.
So I would like. Can I go ahead?
The plates on it begin to glow lightly.
Don't
Okay.
like that.
I was gonna. So Kinian looks over at Liv and goes, "You call that a grenade?" And then whips out the laser rifle, and then fire that it hits its head plate. I think I charged it. I'm sorry.
Well, as long as it charges you. I got one dodge in me. I used it.
No, you have auto dodge. You got as many dodges in you as you want.
I don't think I have any 22s left, though. Next
that
time's
would
going to
be
be
a problem.
3.
Ozzy, what are you doing?
Can I fire my boom gun again?
Yes,
Please.
you can fire your boom gun up to 6 times before having to reload.
All right, I'm doing that. Let me roll my deal. I got a 10.
Okay. That hits.
All right. I hit for. I gotta do math for my thing.
The American education system.
I hit for 120.
Nice. You guys actually see now the creature actually is kind of staggering when it gets hit. However, remember how I told Liv that she was pretty sure that it looked like it got a little bit bigger before? It is definitely a little bit bigger now.
Oh.
Bad vibes.
I'd stay away from that thing. I mean, obviously, but I would stay away from that thing.
Do the injuries grow with it?
As in doing more damage to it? No.
No, but like, is it like getting bigger now? It's a paper cut instead of a slight stab wound?
Oh, yes. The creature is actually out of actions, so its turn passes, and it is Raider's turn. Raider,
Okay.
you are a little under 100 feet away from it.
I guess I'll ride my bike. It's 120 miles per hour. I don't know what that gets me in feet.
You can get to it or 5, or
Okay.
you can join Andrew in the Prairie Dog Warren or Rodney up on the ridge.
How far away from, if I go to 5, how far away from it would I be?
You would be 100 feet away.
I'm going to go to 5.
Okay. Oh, you get there and you see that this area is strewn with wrecked vehicles that are concealed by the tall grass.
Ooh, fun.
And that's your turn. And we come back around to Liv.
Okay. I'm a little sad that my grenade didn't do anything, so I'm gonna pull out my railgun and try again.
Okay. So we have another set of electromagnetic bullets going on. Okay,
Yeah.
roll your shot.
All right.
What those people at the farm had to be thinking? The noises
14.
The prairie dog screams.
I'm sure
roll
as
ahead.
long as they're still hearing gunfire, they're like, well,
Okay.
they're not dead yet.
It does 1d4 times 10.
Okay, roll it.
30 mega damage.
Okay, you got a good solid hit on it. You guys actually see that like some of those horns that are sticking out of its hide have been blown off.
Ooh.
And that's Liv's turn, and next is Kinian's turn.
Okay, so are we thinking like laser weapons specifically are charging it? Do we have any sense so far of what's making this thing bigger?
It seems to be just when it takes damage.
Okay, which we want it to do. So I'm
But it
going
only
to continue.
glowed when you hit like the head or the back. It didn't glow when I hit the stomach with lasers.
That's true. But what are the chances that when my laser rifle the second time, I'm going to hit the head plate? That seems unlikely, to say the
Don't
least.
aim for the head plate.
I have no wood to knock on nearby, so I'm just going to go for that again. What's
This
the
is your
worst?
friendly. This is your friendly Rifts GM chiming in here. You can always choose to take a cold shot for a specific area of the body with a -4 penalty.
Okay, -4 to my initial roll.
Yes, -4 to strike.
Go for the
Okay.
gonads.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Uh,
using Dial a GM for this rules announcement.
Thank you, GM. Okay, I'm gonna call my shot then. I'm gonna aim for the wound in its side that Liv put in there.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
20.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay, that is definitely a hit, and you do double damage.
Okay. Thank God.
So you for clarity, you roll twice.
Right.
That's our first 20 of the game, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Aside from the one I got when I hit you at the very beginning.
That doesn't count. Evil man.
We don't accept it.
So that's 16 damage from the laser rifle.
Okay. You can actually start to see some organs from that spot now, and they are all that weird steely blue color.
Okay. Take what I can get.
And as I said, the Tipaka is out of actions. So, oh, I'm sorry, I almost skipped. Raider, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm about 100 feet away, correct?
I keep doing this to you. When I said Raider, I really meant Ozzy.
Oh, that's right. He would be next.
Sorry, I have so many numbers to keep track of. I get confused.
Ozzy's glitter boy suit is just like throwing down the gun, doom, doom, just over and over. So he's gonna do the boom gun for the third time. I got a 6.
Ooh.
A 6.
A 6 with my +4. I got a 2.
A 6
Oh.
strikes.
Oh, it does?
Oh.
Nice.
It is very
Easy
large
to hit.
now.
Very tough, though.
Well, Rifts is usually very easy to hit. The question is whether or not you're going to get parried or dodged, but it can't dodge because it's out of actions, and it can't parry railgun.
I hit its backside for 140.
Oh man, there's just a torrent of blue blood coming out of it.
Damn.
It's still standing. Raider, it's your turn.
All right. All this build up, you bet I'm gonna do something very good and useful. I'm gonna use befuddle on it. It has to make a. Let me see here. There's a save.
It's a magic save.
Yes, successful save versus magic. Please make this save.
Does it have any penalties?
When
Does
it
the
fails
spell
to save,
does the spell description include any penalty to the save?
no.
Oh man, I have to check the sheet.
Oh boy.
I think it failed it by the smallest possible margin of 1.
What number is it trying to hit?
Well, for a Master Magic user, which is you, the base DC for any magic save is a 14.
Okay.
Unless there's some kind of modifier from the spell or the caster.
Okay.
And I rolled a 13, and I was correct. It does not have a bonus to magic saves.
All
so
right.
It missed it by 1. It is befuddled.
Okay, it has a -2 to strike, parry, and dodge. It has half the attacks every round, and has a skill penalty of -20%. I think the biggest thing is it's has half attacks per melee.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you had cast that in the first round, Liv wouldn't have been charged.
Yep. Didn't think this would be a
it's okay, I
spanning
dodged.
fight.
But yeah, the creature is actually staggering around almost as though it's drunk now. Liv, it's your action.
I'm gonna have to go with railgun again.
Seems to be working, right?
Right? I should just always just start with the railgun. All right, so I got 5.
You missed.
Ooh.
I got excited and I just shot into the air.
You were like, woo, magic.
Finally, Raider got something.
Yeah.
We're going to eat prairie dogs
Harsh.
tonight.
Woo! You just
I'm
sprayed
pretty sure
off
I got
the
distracted. I tried to shoot some of the sheep instead for dinner.
And they just blow up.
It evaporates.
Okay, I forgot I was doing mega damage. They're just liquefied sheep now.
There's just like one little puff of wool just slowly falling down to the ground. Okay, Kitney, and it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna call my shot again. I'm gonna aim for the same spot, and I'm gonna use the laser rifle again.
Okay.
I rolled a 4, so that should be a 0, right?
Yeah. So
does it just
you
explode in
missed.
my hands?
You I guess you just shot one of the wrecked vehicles in the tall grass instead. No, you shot the piece of wool that was slowly falling to the ground.
Yeah. I was like, Liv knows something. This is clearly a demonic sheep.
Do not
Ozzy,
blame me for
it's
this.
your turn.
I started it, but I did not end it.
Boom gun. I got 20. So I got 24. Does that hit?
Woo!
Okay,
Congrats.
I need you to roll damage.
All right.
Twice.
110 plus 150.
It's actually blown in half.
Yes.
Do you want to describe what it looks like as you're initiating the final attack?
You see it. You see the creature there. It's bleeding and stumbling around, and suddenly you hear another sonic boom. And for a split second, the creature just kind of shrivels, like kind of shakes, and just gore everywhere. It just explodes all over the sheep, all over the fields. There's chunks falling down. It seems almost impossible how much gore there is from this thing.
Literally raining blood.
Just for like 10 seconds, but it seems a lot longer. Yeah.
Me and the prairie dogs just scream.
Liv starts dancing.
And there's a
Like
robot
dancing
on
in
top
the
of
rain,
legs.
you know?
Ah!
There we go.
Perfect.
And with a mighty roar, the Tipaka is shot in half. Its remains fly to the side, landing on the remains of the old highway. And Ozzy, I need you to roll a percentage.
Okay. I got a 16.
Okay. The final shot from your boom gun is actually powerful enough that ridge that you were standing on just disintegrates.
Oh boy.
And rubble falls down. But apparently having an epic moment, Ozzy manages to engage the jump jets, and he just jumps and lands back at the starting area instead of falling.
I give one of those Gundam, like, poses, salutes, and my armor, like, shines after it's done.
I would cue the Final Fantasy music, but I'm afraid of copyright.
Yeah.
And now you guys can all see my beautiful face again.
Welcome back.
The creature has been defeated. If you guys search the area, you do find 500 credits worth of black market items that were like stashed in that car and in the other areas of the tall grass. And you also locate Akeem, the last remains of Akeem, who was the boy that it killed. He's been gooified. The only things that really remains are some jewelry that he had been wearing.
This is gonna be
Is there like a tarp or something we could like roll what's left up in to bring back?
I don't know. Look at your guys' extensive equipment list and see if anybody has a tarp.
Well, I was gonna see if any like the vehicles or anything laying around I could use.
I actually don't really have jack for equipment.
You can pull some of the upholstery out of one of the wrecked cars, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do have augmented juicer strength, so I think you could rip the cloth off of a car seat if you wanted to.
I do have the electric Wastelander motorcycle, which explicitly has like an obscene amount of storage on it instead of speed or passenger space. So we could probably like at least bring the belongings back.
Yeah,
very easily.
You said he's gooified, right?
Yeah, most parents would not want to see this body.
Yeah, let's bring his stuff back and bury this guy.
Okay,
could the glitter bot dig a little hole, just kind of scoop out some earth to put him in?
Yeah, pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay, I think we should do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put him. I'm gonna throw him in the prairie dog hole.
Oh Jesus!
Liv is very offended by the suggestion.
I'm sure Kitnian is also, since he made friends with those prairie dogs.
I just meant the prairie dog hole is right there, and we'll cover him up. Right.
No.
Okay, I'm digging. I have my 15-foot robot form has a tiny shovel.
Like a trench shovel.
Yeah,
like snaps out.
Oh, this is gonna take a minute.
Liv has her railgun still out, standing there watching the proceedings and make sure that everything's done right.
Okay, we're at 9:00, which would be the time for our second bathroom break. Do you guys want to take a second break?
I could use one.
Just real quick, not as long as the last one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to mute my microphone this time, and I will put up the flyer again.
Cool.
Be back in a minute, y'all.
Stay tuned for more nonsense.
I'll wait till you get it up. Put it up so everybody can see. RD, that's my name. There we go.
There we go.
All right. non-copyright. That's the good stuff. Got my camera off. I'm wearing pants. I'm just kidding.
I am not wearing pants.
Me either.
I took them
pants.
off specifically.
No pants. Just listening to our non-copyrighted music. It's so dull.
I wish I could tweet faster. I'm so bad at this.
You're a bad millennial.
I'm a geriatric millennial, and you will respect your elders.
I respect nothing, and you know it.
I was very offended when I saw that they decided to go with geriatric millennial instead of exennial. Like, I used to be cool.
I've heard elder millennial.
Elder millennial's cool.
I just go by old now. Just old.
Elder God.
That would be my preferred option.
The eldritch one.
Yes.
Elder Elmer.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Elmerdrich one.
The Elmer.
Not as
We'll
good.
work on it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to workshop that.
We'll table that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll tabletop that.
In the
Thanks.
500 credits we got, so I'm gonna take David's and hold on to his share.
Mhm.
Just I'll give it back to him.
Yeah.
And Cecilia rewards you guys with 2 major Millennium Tree potions.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now, just so I have the mechanics of the game down right, this would heal our health, but we don't take health damage until we're out of mega damage armor, correct?
Yes, but
And if we
It
take
also-
mega damage while having no armor, we explode.
yes, but it also heals poison, disease, toxins, or interestingly for you, it can also heal PPE instead of HP if you drink it. It's like the blue potion in Zelda.
Yeah, it does everything.
Ozzy's wary of this. Like, yeah, he's not so sure. He hasn't had much deal with magic, so he doesn't want to take these. So if Randy
I'll take it.
Liv told him, yeah.
Just so you guys know, also they're in like shaker bottles that you would use for like a protein drink, and it looks like somebody just cracked a bunch of glow sticks into it.
We can go to rave.
I can see it's magical though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it's the distilled sap of a millennial tree, which are special trees that grow in England that all grow on nexus points and feed on PPE.
Ooh.
Okay.
Do we know anything about England? Like, have our characters read that guide?
No, you guys would not know. Nobody really has a background. Well, I mean, I guess possibly Kinian might know something because he's from like a weird monkish place that has a bunch of like random books.
Everything Kitnian knows about. Oh, someone's still talking. Sorry.
No, I'm done.
I was gonna say everything Kitnian knows about England is from oral passing that was eventually written down of the Chronicles of Narnia. So, so his like understanding of England is like really wrong. It might actually be more accurate by accident.
Centaurs.
Yeah. Santa lives there. It's crazy.
Is that why you thought the raccoon would talk? He was from England.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to continue on your journey, you can. It is, the summertime, and it's like early evening at this point, so you guys can still travel for a couple hours if you want. Or if you want, because of that tradition of hospitality I mentioned, you are welcome to stay overnight at Dewberry Farm and partake of some dewberry liqueur with Cecilia. Orem does not choose to drink alcoholic beverages, so he'll visit with you, but he will not be having any of the dewberry wine. And then the kids are all a mixture. Some of them do follow the faith and some of them don't.
So, after seeing the condition of some of those fields, I'd rather not travel at night at this point. There's gonna be, so I'd vote to stay.
Yeah.
I also think we should stay, if not just to return the corpse's jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be nice to kind of rest up after that battle that went well for some of us, and other of us had some stuff to wrestle with now.
Yeah, how fast does our nanobots work, Elmer? Is it
I think it's 5 mega damage a day.
Yes,
5?
I believe Kevin's right. So you could, if you find somebody who has the tools and the skills to repair your Glitter Boy armor, they could do so. But
I think I do.
Well, you
I
have this
field armor and munitions and basic mechanics. Do either of those work?
No, you'd know how to use those things, but there are separate repair skills.
Well, it says maintain, unjam, modify, mount, reload, recharge, or figure out.
Yeah, I think
that'd be for smaller stuff then.
Yeah, I think that'd be for field arms. Like, this isn't for like fixing robots and power armor.
What about like land navigation with that?
Right? Well, if you need help with your machine guns or rocket launchers, it does specifically say that.
I think when you post this on YouTube, that should be the title of the episode.
That's what I was thinking.
Land navigation.
It's the best skill.
Okay, so you guys are like basically having a nice meal and some drinks with the family. And
are we having those sheep that
there was nothing left of those sheep, but you are having like a mutton stew. I would like to know could each of you just give a brief description of how your character's interacting with this family for the night? We're going to start with Andrew because he's directly below me. Oh, sorry, Taylor.
Kitnian eats the mutton stew, tells the lady of the house how excellent it is, and then without drinking anything, goes and sits at the children's table and tells them some of the stories from his sort of Chronicles of Narnia that was like loosely translated. It's in Kitnian's character sheet. I wrote this thing where the person who wrote the oral tradition that like changed was actually Muslim. And so her version of the Chronicles of Narnia is kind of different in certain ways. And so it has all these cultural references that I imagine the kids would get. Like, I swear to God, I already wrote this as a paragraph in my character sheet.
instead of Jesus Lion, we have Muhammad Lion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cecilia does point out to you that it was a bit sexist to compliment her because Orem was the one who made the stew.
Kitnian falls to his knees and apologizes, partly because he feels bad, but also because Raiders like, don't mess with this lady. So Kitnian's like, he's gonna dissolve me.
Okay, Liv, going counterclockwise, you're next. So what is Liv doing? There are a bunch of kids here. There are adults, though. I know Liv's not a huge fan of kids, so...
Yeah, I avoid all the kids, and I try and start cornering the adults and asking them if they know anything about Fraxis.
Okay. One of them actually mentions that, they get travelers in here, and there was a person from Garden Glen. Is it Garden Glen or Glen Garden? I keep messing it up.
I have written down Garden Glen.
Garden Glen. From Garden Glen, who... There was a traveler who came through who had been in Garden Glen previously, and apparently Fraxis has taken to public executions for people who violate the rules that he's established for the city. So when you enter Garden Glen now, there are cages suspended from the walls that contain the bodies or starving people who have violated some of Fraxis's rules.
Bleak.
They said it's probably best to avoid that area for at least a while.
Okay. I nod and thank them and get alcohol and get drunk.
And word is out among the traders to avoid Garden Glen now, which in this area, like traders refusing to come to your town really lowers the quality of living, like substantially. Okay, Ozzy, what are you doing?
Ozzy went back out to the Glitter Boy suit and brought in a bag, and it's filled with various spices and just kind of dried food. And he's kind of hanging out in the kitchen, kind of dealing, trying to get some of these spices. Some of his are kind of old.
Okay, Orem is the unquestioned king of this kitchen, but he is happily showing you like the spices that they have and the preservation methods they have. And, there are several other people who are actually working in the kitchen too, ranging from like teenagers to adults. So you're actually making some friends, and you find out that one of the things that Orem has is actually a DB type of fruit that grows to the far west of here. That the best description for it is like if a jalapeno and an orange had a baby. So you actually you peel it and you actually pull off the segments, and the segments are a combination of citrus and like hot pepper. And he tells you that it's very hard to get the trees for this to grow, but there's a natural group of them on the west line, and you can write down that you have the coordinates for a grove of DB fruit. Raider, what are you up to?
Raider would be doing everything in his power to help Cecilia in any way that he can with whatever she wants done.
Okay, she spends most of the day just being like, most of the evening just being like the matron of this family, like, just being there for the meal, like checking in with all the kids, checking in with the adults, finding out like how the day went, what progress was made. She makes sure to share the knowledge that you guys killed the Tipaka with a bunch of people, so you guys are actually getting like a bunch of like kind looks from the people who live here, especially when people find out that you brought back the other child's remains. He was an adult. The other person who died's remains. Mm-hmm. And Andrew, you do end up getting demands from the kids to tell the story of the battle with the Tipaka. Raider, the main thing is after it starts to get dark, Cecilia has you go outside with her, and she actually shows you how she uses the Millennium Tree staff to shape the plants, and the dewberries form a natural barrier. Like all the ones on the path like fold down, and you see that some of the brambles become animated, and you see some of the thorns grow. So it's basically a natural barrier around this place at night. And you gain Lore Millennium Tree at 10%.
Okay.
From interacting with her.
Cool.
But the next day rolls around, and with dawn, everyone is up on the farm starting to do work. They're very happy that they can go back out to the western fields and take the sheep out there. So,
Yeah, have they seen it yet?
Well, they knew about the prairie dog warrens and all the other stuff, but the fact remains.
I just meant the ridge being gone, and probably
all the goo.
So they're doing that. There are other people who are starting to tend towards the plants. Cecilia shows Raider how she uses the Millennium Tree to command the path to open. So he gets to learn that. And you guys head out, and you guys have a choice from here. If you remember on the map, there was the edge of an old highway. So if you guys want to go off the standard trader route, you guys could follow that. It could change the amount of time. The big thing is, though, that will take you guys much closer to Garden Glen if you guys want to investigate that without costing you too much time. So you guys can either do that or continue on the original path that you're going. The original path that you're going is a little more direct, so you'll get there a little bit faster. But, it's up to you guys what you want to investigate or do.
I'm interested in Fraxis because if his coalition armor is stolen, that means he is an enemy of theirs, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend, even if he is sort of a fascist monster. Or we could just end a fascist monster. That'd be cool too.
Yeah, Kitnian's down for the option B. Sounds like he's committing all kinds of crimes and is a tyrant. So, Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Okay. Liv points out that maybe we could go to where we're supposed to go, see if the guy's all right, and then go fight Fraxis and just not bring the guy back to town. Because the only goal is to make sure he's okay. The secondary goal is to bring him back. So we could just maybe skip that one and then fight the guy. So we could tell everyone through radio if he's okay or not before we maybe go and die.
Also want to point out, you guys know that Wintersong is a skilled shaman. So perhaps if you're fighting Fraxis, having another magician to assist would be helpful. Just pointing that out. I'm not trying to steer you guys either way. Just
you guys remembered how effective I was in that last fight. Having two of me would be nuts.
Yeah, Liv kind of like side eyes everyone but Ozzy and says like, let's maybe go finish our original mission, and then we'll talk about other wars.
That's all the
plan. Ozzy, you can either make this a tie or vote with the others to go to Glen Garden.
Oh no, I'm with Raiders with Liv now.
So you can.
Ozzy's more interested, like he said, just as long as we come back through the highway on the way back.
Okay. So you guys end up going that way, and a couple days pass. So Rodney, feel free to adjust your Glitter Boy MDC for 4 extra days of healing. Anybody who took mega damage to their armor can also add heal up to 20 mega damage back. And it is about lunchtime on the 4th day since you've left Dewberry Farm, and you guys are getting very close to the Wyoming border, which is the edge of the Cheyenne Sioux Federation lands, when you guys see a hovercraft that is coming across the plains. It's floating at just above 5 feet off the ground, so it's really just high enough that it's like pushing around the sea of grass, but not actually touching the grass. And you see that they have a trader insignia flag.
Okay.
Off of like a makeshift mast that they put on the front of the hovercraft.
Do I recognize them?
These particular traders, no, but you do recognize the insignia, which in most places is basically it's a green flag with a yellow circle in the middle. Basically, it's a coin on a green field, and it's a way to discourage a lot of bandits and things from attacking people because you want to be able to get goods from traders.
Does it have any weapons on it?
It is a hovercraft. You actually see that they have a Northern Gun particle cannon that is on the hovercraft. The traders don't seem to have seen you guys yet. If you want to interact with them, you can try to flag them down. If you don't want to interact, you can just watch them. I suppose if you guys want to be bandits, you can attack them. You guys just see them moving in the distance.
Can we talk to them on the radio?
Yes, there is a general open radio channel that people tend to use.
I think it's a good idea. Try to flag them down with the radio.
Don't necessarily tell them where we are, but just say hi on the radio because we're in the area.
Okay, let me get to my notes because I have 8 million tabs open right now.
The Cannibal Traders tab. Click.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite band, Cannibal Traders.
That is a good band name.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna write that down. I have a list.
I have a list too. I genuinely do. It's like some 60 or 70 band names long at this point.
Mine's 200.
God darn.
I had a bad night, and I was like, "How many can I crank out?" Most of them.
You hear, Liv? What do you say over the radio?
Just some base level greeting of like, "Hey, heard there might be trouble in the area. How's the trading going?"
You actually hear a response. Hey, this is Fetch and Marks, and things have been going well. We have some really nice stuff on board today. What you interested in, little lady? And then you guys actually hear a smack sound over the radio, and you hear another voice say, "Hi, name's Azra. Yeah, we are carrying some farm goods, some weapons, and some other basic stuff. If you're interested, we could rendezvous if you give us some coordinates."
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, why don't you give us some prices first before we have to go and see your ugly mugs?
Oh, you wound me, says the woman.
Our protocol droid is malfunctioning.
Azra says, what specifically are you interested in? We have a lot of, like I said, we have a lot of hybrid seeds. We have some weapons we got from a pre-rift site from Oklahoma.
Be interested in seeing the weapons, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah. I'll unkey and I'll turn to the group and be like, "Is there anything you guys want?"
Weapons would be cool.
Always good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also just find it good etiquette to meet as many traders and have them know you as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could ask them about what was it? Winter Song?
We could. Traders will usually have a lot of information. It's a good idea.
Yeah, you could trade information.
Okay. Can I use land navigation to find a good landing spot?
I was about to ask if someone else didn't.
If it makes you happy to roll it, you can, but this is an automatic success. It's not.
Okay.
Does our group have a name yet? Do we have? What are we referring to ourselves as?
These assholes.
These assholes.
We're a mercenary group, right? So we gotta have something marketable.
I don't like labels.
Okay. You guys end up meeting the hovercraft, and when they park, you see it is a small group of traders. There's the woman who spoke to you is an old woman named Azra, who is her and her husband Owen are the leaders of this group. She is very short with gray hair, and Owen is very tall. So when they stand next to each other, it looks kind of weird. He has a beak-like nose and a hawk tattoo on his neck. And there are a group of other people with them. Fetchin, who is a teenage male with a dark red hair, and then there is Melik, who is mid-20s, very dark skinned African male. He's bald and has facial piercings. There is an elf with them named Nakruma, who has blonde hair and green eyes. And just to note, since this is the first elf you've run into in this Rifts world, they are drawn like the anime elves, so they have the very long ears that stick out directly to the sides. And Nakruma is a little bit smaller and slighter than the other people. There is a male with them named Niall, who dresses like a wizard from old stories. And they have a whole bunch of goods for you to look at, mainly basically ConAgra seeds that they're trying to sell people, sack for 100 credits. But they also have a few laser rifles, and they have one ion pulse cannon. They want... I didn't do prices for these things, which was probably something was important for traders.
Everything's 25.
No.
And I do have recognized weapon quality as a skill because I have so many useful skills.
If you Actually, you should probably roll that if you want.
Okay. Yeah. I have a 35 in it, so we'll see. 6.
Ooh.
Okay. They are telling the truth. These are pre-RIFTS weapons from a military bunker somewhere. However, that bunker apparently has not been well maintained. None of these weapons are in like good condition. Most of them are just barely operable. So I'm not sure like how you feel about buying those, but the only one that really, the other ones are have the stats of a standard Northern Gun laser rifle. The ion cannon is better than them, but they want 18,000 credits for it, and it's barely operable.
Jesus.
Okay. And how much mega damage does the ion cannon do?
It does 2d4 times 10.
Okay. Yeah. I just kind of like glance at it and then just go off to talk to like who seems the most fighty out of them?
The most fighty? Probably Melik.
Okay, I want to go sidle up to Melik and like talk to him about like Garden Glen and whatnot.
Raider, would you roll a lore magic percentage when she starts talking to Melik?
Yeah.
Is he the one that looks like a wizard?
No, Melik is the African man with the bald head and facial piercings.
Cool.
Okay, I got a 25, and my lore magic is 40.
You actually see he has a couple Atlantean magic tattoos.
Ooh, are they actually glowing with magic?
They are not. To your magic sight, they are. To normal sight, they're just normal tattoos.
Okay.
You see that he has a Sai sword, he has a shield, and he has a sunburst, which you're not sure what the sunburst does.
I don't even know what a sunburst is.
It's it looks like a sun, like it's a big sun tattoo with big rays coming off of it.
Okay. That was like an
yeah, he tells you, you mentioned Garden Glen, and he tells you that, this guy named Fraxis took over who has a modern suit of Coalition armor. It looks like he's wearing one of the Psy Hunter armors, and he's a big jerk, and it's best to avoid Garden Glen. Do you have any specific questions you want to ask him about Fraxis or Garden Glen?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a feel of if he just has stolen Coalition armor or if he's friendly with or associated with the Coalition.
I'm going to roll to see how much Melik knows. That way I don't have any accountability. He ends up telling you that he does know that Melik, even though he wears Psy Hunter armor, has some kind of psychic powers. Like there have been stories of some superhuman things that he's done. And they're pretty sure that he at least has the ability to do telekinetic leaps and kicks. Which the idea, like, it seems unlikely if he was aligned with the Coalition that he would be psychic. Okay. The only psychics they normally have working for them are Psyhounds, which are genetically modified hunters who can go after psychic people. He also tells you that he didn't see it himself, but he heard from someone that one of Fraxis's associates is a hatchling horned dragon.
Do I know what that is?
Do you have lore monsters?
I do not.
I will let you roll percentage. If you get below 10, you can know what it is.
I have lore monsters.
So do I.
Or you can ask Raider about it or Kitnian about it, and they can tell you about it.
I got a 14, so I'm going to just kind of side-eye like Raider and be like, yeah, like the hatchling horn dragons.
59. I got nothing.
Kenyon, do you want to try?
Should side-eye me? No, okay. Give me a
It's
second.
a group side-eye, just like, a long eye roll between everybody.
Which is just how Liv normally looks, so nobody even realizes she's trying to communicate anything.
Okay, so I got
believe it.
my lore demons and monsters is 45, and I got 34.
Ooh.
34, yes. You know that horned dragons are known for being particularly intelligent and crafty among dragons. Most dragons have at least human level intelligence. Horned dragons are known for being genius level. They also have a lot of magic and psychic powers.
Okay. So, they're clever beasts. I could see why Fraxus might keep such a creature close to it. It has all kinds of psychic powers, a devious beast that we should watch out for.
And also, just to be clear, while it can crush you with its mind, it's still perfectly capable of crushing you with its hands or its tail.
What the GM said.
Okay. So that's Liv interacting with the traders. Raider, is there anyone in this group you want to talk to about anything specific? Or maybe just ask them for trader rumors?
Merrick is interesting because of his fun magic tattoos, but I don't think they're significant. I want to ask about Winter Song.
Okay. So
I'll tell him everything. The mayor of Skelletown sent us to look for Winter Song out of Wyoming.
Please hold while the GM goes through his notes. I know I made notes about this earlier.
I believe in you. Control F. Unless you don't keep them all in the same document.
Oh, I remember which document it's in now. I seriously have like 7 documents for this campaign already.
You're amazing.
Over preparing.
We'll make sure to choose the one path that you don't have a document for. Damn, man, I saw that. Somebody just got food delivered.
Zucchini bread.
I'm over here on a...
Ooh.
I'm jealous.
Super diet.
Here we go. Found it. Yes, they actually ran into Winter Song. When they met him, he was near the southernmost border of the Cheyenne Sioux Federation, about a 2-day travel northwest of here. He said he was on his way to his island retreat to apparently work some kind of big magic.
Was on his way where?
To his island retreat. It's like a place he goes that is to work magic because when he doesn't want to be disturbed. It's apparently an island somewhere in the Platte River. Which, to let you guys know where you guys are now, that would be if you wanted to head directly west of here. Well, you'd have to actually go just a little bit further north of here, and then the Platte River runs east-west. If anybody has land navigation, they can roll to see what they know about the Platte River.
I think we all have land navigation.
Finally, it's my turn.
I'm so excited.
Ooh, 14.
Oh, I got 48.
Okay, Liv, is 48 a failure for you?
It is. I have 41 land navigation.
Kitnian, are you rolling?
Yeah, I got 38, and my land navigation's 48.
Okay. Ozzy, are you rolling?
Yes. I got a 57, and my navigation is a 47.
Okay, so Kitnian, you know that the Platte River is where I said it was. You also know that the river is often called a nothing of a river because it runs very shallow and wide. So it's very easy to cross, but there's usually marshland around it, and it's not very useful for traders. Like you couldn't take like a canoe down it or a speedboat down it.
Damn it.
Raider, you know even more about the Platte River. You do know that the Platte River itself branches off from the Arkansas River a little bit north of here and far west of here, and that the point where it breaks off is actually near the West Kansas line. So there are ley lines and nexi around there. And you also happen to have an idea of about a day and a half travel from here where there are several islands in part of the river that could suffice for the type of magic working he's talking about.
All right, great. That's what I was thinking is probably more near this line where there's a ley line would be conducive to big magic. Cool. I share this with the group.
Cool.
It looks like we know where to go.
So, Ozzy, is there anything you want to talk to the traders about, or any specific trader you want to talk to?
No, I was just pretty stuck up about this ragtag traders. He seemed better, so he's in his suit, just kind of chilling.
Okay, Kitnian, what about you?
Who is it that had the Sai sword tattoo?
His name is Melik. He is the African man with the bald head and the facial piercings.
Okay, I want to kind of, I want to sidle over to the fighty one, as it was put, and kind of pull him away from the rest of the group a little bit. Is he open to that?
You're clearly a cyber knight, so your people have a reputation for being not shifty, so he goes with you.
Excellent.
He's just like, what's up?
Out here challenging stereotypes.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm a cyber knight. I was wondering, had you seen any other cyber knights in the last couple years, perhaps?
Not personally, but I actually was talking to a trader who came up from Dinosaur Swamp. And apparently there's some kind of fight going on between a couple cyber knights there. There's a cyber knight named Jameson who is hunting. Apparently there's a female cyber knight who has sided with the coalition and led some fighting units into Dinosaur Swamp.
I'm sorry, did you say a cyber knight sided with the coalition?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that there's a traitor amongst the cyber knights, and he's trying to get her specifically to take her, to the council in Arizona to face the consequences for her actions.
This is disturbing news. Thank you for telling me. That is all. He walks away.
Okay. Well, I gave everybody a chance to interact with the traders. Is there anything additional you guys want to talk to them about or do as part of this encounter?
No.
I'd like to roll land navigation.
You already rolled land navigation.
Then no, I think I'm good.
Okay, so we're going to end the session there with the traders leaving in their hovercraft. And that'll be it until next time. So, we have to do the standard questions at the end of the game. Andrew, what did you or Kitnian learn today?
I learned not to piss Ozzy off because he can shoot a gun that is a lot better than my gun, and I like my body being in one piece as opposed to two and all over the place. So,
I wanted to show you guys the new sticker I have on the top of my dice container.
Yeah.
Aww, dope.
Cute.
Yeah, let me know if anybody wants me to mail them stickers because I have some.
Obviously, I want a sticker. I'm offended you would ask.
Kevin, I'm going to be in Valpo sometime in the near future, so I'll just drop some off at your house. But
sounds good.
Andrew and Taylor, if you put your address in the Discord, or if you're worried about these shifty people, if you want to PM it to me, I'll send you some. Sorry, you learned that boom guns are scary, basically.
Boom gun's scary, man. I don't know if that's like new to people, but boom gun's scary.
Taylor, what did you learn today?
What a tapoca is. Yeah, also, I was totally going to go with the boom gun, and he kind of stole my idea because that was the main thing in my head. Because I really liked when like the thing became two pieces instead of one whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Ozzy is such a nice guy. The idea of him using a giant boom gun on something seems like a surprise. To me, at least.
Guy.
Well, apparently he's a bit judgmental about traders. But Rodney, what did you learn tonight, or what did Ozzy learn tonight? Either one.
I learned you probably should avoid strange raccoons in the forest. Is a major thing I learned.
That checks out. Raider, Kevin, what did you or Raider learn tonight?
Raider learned literally a bit about millennium trees. Also, that levitation's not as cool as I thought it would be. Levitation's great if you don't want to get hit and you want to waste 3 turns. That's what levitation's good for.
It's like an elevator.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I could have got bored. I mean, so like I'm winning. Yeah. I'm alive.
You could have been screaming with the prairie dogs. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm just picturing like you drawn like a cartoon, like a Disney princess with all the prairie dogs around you.
I think that might be the title. It'll be Land Navigation, Prairie Dog Massacre.
Oh.
It's a split EP.
Yeah.
Andrew, what did you like tonight?
I think the moment that I liked the most was when Kevin played Raider meeting the like magical woman, what was it, Cecilia?
Yeah.
And sort of like showing like deference and instantly having sort of like a psychological adjustment. I just really enjoyed that characterization. That was cool.
Okay. Taylor, what did you like?
I really liked the farm and like the whole setup of like herding sheep from like the back of like a little like a bike, and like I just loved like the image that put in my head instantly.
Okay. I worked a little bit on the farm, so I'm really glad that you liked it. I wanted to make an interesting concept, but it also is something that could be defensible. Rodney, what did you like?
I liked how much of our combat took place on motorbikes. I like how 2 of us were driving circles around this monster while Cyber Knight rained death, and of course Raider was up and down,
trying his best,
doing his best,
just trying his best.
I'm sad that Jan wasn't here because I really wanted to see what David could have pulled out too. So hopefully
sprinting headlong into it on fire. That would be height.
I think again the weird things they did with his class. It says there specifically he can decide what it does and does not ignite.
That's so awesome. That's so fucking funny.
He is like, this is such a dangerous thing. We're in the middle of a heat wave and everything's flammable. We have David with us.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to do that in the first game, but Jan pointed out to me in the book where it says he can decide if things catch on fire.
That's so funny.
Kevin, what did you like?
I also liked that characterization I was able to do with Raider. It was the first time we've come across somebody who's adept with magic, and that's something I'd always thought about is like In RIFTS, it explains that using even just the simplest magic takes a lot of belief and conviction that you can even do it, let alone the actual practice and usage of magic. So anyone who's very good with it or very powerful, Raider just believes deserves a lot of respect. But I also liked Ozzy lifting up the sheeps for the kids. That was nice. That was really nice.
That you guys are an interesting group. Andrew, if you have any conspiracy theories or crackpot ideas, now is the time to share them.
Like about anything?
Yes.
Is this where I go 9/11 was an inside job, or like?
I was going to say anything in game. So like, I'd rather you not talk about Pizzagate or anything.
Okay, damn it! I had a whole list. I had my manifesto ready to go. Pizzagate, whole thing.
Oh, is that the one where they're drinking baby blood or something insane?
Yeah,
that's not even a conspiracy theory. That's ranting and raving.
The pizza place in Washington D.C. where apparently the Democrats are using it to traffic children.
Oh my god!
And all the global elites know about it, except Donald Trump is somehow going to stop it.
There's like real horrible stuff going on. People are like, no, they're using pizza to sell kids.
But
I have a concern.
Well, and the best part about it is the whole thing happens in the basement of this pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
But the blueprints of the pizza place are available, and it does not have a basement.
That's what they want.
Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't.
Nuts.
Proof. Yeah, it's exactly like the Alamo, Rodney.
It doesn't have a basement. That doesn't have a basement. They're exactly the same.
Okay.
That was a deep cut.
My conspiracy theory or crackpot theory or wild ass guess is that we learned that Fraxis has this armor that's dope. And he has powers, and he has this dragon. I think he has powers. I think he has armor. I think maybe he's not the brains of the operation. I think it could turn out that actually this genius dragon he keeps next to himself might actually be pulling the strings. That is my crackpot theory.
I like it. I immediately believed it as soon as you said it.
Yep.
I have
right
some
there
great
with you.
Conspiracy theories to share with you.
Me too. He brought me onto the idea. Taylor, do you have any conspiracy theories or crackpot theories you'd like to share?
Yes. I am very, very suspicious of Skeletor because he gave these farms the impression that he was paying people to come and solve the problem. But he kind of vaguely mentioned it to the large party of us that were going through that area and didn't even ask us to handle it, just was like, avoid it. So I kind of want to know why he wanted there to be a food shortage for his community and what he's getting out of causing that through inaction.
Demonetized.
And I'm going to find out by shaking him upside down until money falls out.
That's very on brand for you. Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what it's like next time you guys see Skeletor. I didn't realize that was going to be such a button for you.
I honestly think he just took us for rubes, and he's like, these murder hobos will get it. Like, yeah. I don't even got to tell them that.
Point him in the right direction.
Like, they hear big monster, they're going to jump at it.
See, even if that's true, I'm still offended he wasn't going to pay me.
Of course.
It could be that he just like was taking their money and telling them that he was going to, and then just was like, "Yeah, I heard about this." Like he's just like every government official.
Is he low level scum or is he high level scum? What level of planning is involved in this?
Wow, low level scum or high level scum?
Great band.
I just think of myself as high level scum.
Rodney, do you have any conspiracy theories or crackpot ideas?
I think the coalition are planning some of these people to sow discord throughout the area for a planned future invasion.
Ooh.
I think Fraxis Skeletor might be a part of it.
Oh man!
Like
just
that.
All the government officials are out for trouble.
Can't trust that big government where I'm from in Colorado.
So you're from Colorado Springs, not Boulder, is what you're telling us.
I am Ozzy somewhere south of Denver.
Okay.
There used to be a resort. That's where. I'm sure I have it scribbled down somewhere insanely.
Raider, do you have any conspiracy theories or crackpot ideas?
I think so. I think because last we heard about Winter Song from Skeletor was that he was supposed to travel to Skeletown to meet with Skeletor, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
They were expecting him to provide some news about the annual trade fair that happens at the edge of the Cheyenne Sioux Federation territory.
So Winter Song obviously has this information, obviously knows where he's supposed to go, knows where Skeletown is, but he decided to go to the place where he casts his big magic. I think Winter Song knows something, perhaps relating to Skeletor maybe being more shady than we previously thought. Or my extra crazy theory is that Winter Song knows something about the destruction of Tolkien and that weird vision I had with Sybil, my psychic friend in Skeletown. I think maybe he knows something about that and this big magic he's going to work.
So you just really want to know what big magic he's up to.
Yeah.
And why.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's obviously big enough he has to go to a ley line. That's big magic. It's obviously important enough that he would blow off a meeting with a government official of one of the biggest towns in the League of Free Cities. Like, some happening. Some happening.
And well, everyone, that wraps up session 2 of Graveyard Rifts. Thank you all for joining us. Yeah, we'll just wrap up. Anybody have any closing words for the audience?
Thanks for watching.
Brush your teeth at least twice a day.
There we go. Now we get that
Navigation
sweet
is a good
government
skill.
funding.
We're an educational stream.
Okay, then Rodney, you can stop the Twitch channel whenever you want. And
let me plug the stuff.
oh yeah,
Plug me.
You can find old Elmer over at on Twitter at Homebrew Shomebrew. Also on the channel you're currently watching. You can find me on Twitter under Dr. Zoggle, DRZOGGLE, or on Twitch sometimes. Anybody else want to plug anything?
I just want to mention again, July 20th to 24th are the Days of Tales, which are the fundraiser for the National Network of Abortion Funds. And check out at the Lion Night on Twitter if you want to get all that information, or it will also be on my Twitter.
Cool.
Cool.
That's Graveyard Rifts, and the stream is